What?
Hello!
There it is. What is up, everybody?
Hey, Alex, quit hollering, Bo. We got static. You're screaming so loud.
I heard it through the computer.
Yeah, his internet's so good, he doesn't know how to act today. Yeah. And all of our viewers and listeners are ecstatic.
What is up, everybody? I'm Alex with Swamp Rat Fishing. I've got the co-hostess with the freaking mostest, the jabberhammer himself, Paul Roberts. Paul, buddy, how you doing today?
Man, I'll tell you what, it's a fucking shitty day, and I made it to a minute. I left my keys on the back of the crusher truck. I'm going down 540 at 71 miles an hour because that's pegged for that truck. And I hear something. And then I hear something else, a little jingle jangle. And then I see my keys sliding across, 5 lanes of 85 mile per hour vehicles. So I swerve over, I hit the brakes, I come to a stop, and I back that big ass truck all the way up to where the keys were. They hadn't been hit. So I throw on my yellow vest, I run out there, and there's a pack of cars coming. And I'm like, oh, all right. It's only like 4 cars. There's 4 lanes. There's 4 cars. Every fucking one of them was in the lane my keys were at, which were in the middle of the lane. Boom! First 3 cars. Whack, whack, whack. Shit's going everywhere. I hope they got flat tires, but yeah, I ruined my key fob.
Damn.
All right, well, if you are in the North Carolina area and your traffic was ruined by Paul, just remember that Paul works for your weekly distraction from Quality Podcast, which is the Bass and Brews Fishing Podcast.
And then I had ants underneath my seat in the garage. So
we already covered that. That's because you need to stop eating cheeseburgers. If you stop eating cheeseburgers during podcasts like Steve-O, 1, you could drink real beer because you'd lose some weight. And then 2, you wouldn't have the ants.
Okay, you're going to be so fat when you finally retire and get home and don't do shit for like 3 months.
All right, this week we've got Tori and Ryan on board, the Bass and Brews shit show that we are, and I'm really excited. We were talking a little bit in the green room. This is like Paul knew Ryan from YouTube, but I knew Tori from TikTok, so it's really awesome to have you guys both on here. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. How about y'all?
We good.
Great.
I knew Ryan before he knew me through YouTube because I've been following his shit since when I was looking for YouTube channels locally. Like most of the Charlotte guys were the ones that popped up because they were the one putting out content. So I don't know how long I've been watching his videos and a subscriber, but I knew of him long before he ever heard of me.
Yep, it's been a while, man. I mean, I've just been doing my thing. I like to have fun with it, It's a lot of work. Took on a lot of stuff now. I do my editing and I do some Queen City editing now too. It's like work, and it's like fishing and editing. So.
Hey, I finally posted a new video last week, I think, because I finally got all of my shit off the camera, and I had to go buy a damn external hard drive for it all to work. And so I got excited, and I started to edit another video, and now that shit ain't working right. So anyway, yeah, that shit is hard. It sucks. It's dumb. It's the dumbest thing ever after Ticky Tack.
Yeah, you got to work with it. I watched your video, and it was awesome. It was hilarious how you was shit all in my damn shit, and I think that's what you said. That's what you said in the video.
Yeah, man, catching schoolie bass, dude, you pull them into the boat, and they're schoolie bass, so they are just twice as wild as anything else. I mean, you deal with spots mostly, so you know this. I don't know if the spots dookie everywhere, but man, they squirt. It looks like a damn shit water gun coming out the butthole. It's crazy, man.
What does it look like again? What was that?
Oh, man.
A shit water gun. Damn, y'all got me choking on my coffee.
Patent pended by Bass and Brews. Coming next summer, the shit water gun. You can put away the super soakers. It's now the Jabberhammer branded shit water gun. So
think of all the anglers that would buy that.
But you mentioned TikTok, and again, we kind of talked about it off camera here. But I think it's really cool. We kind of talked, Tori, that you kind of do the TikTok thing. Ryan does the YouTube thing, and then we get you both on here. I mean, this is awesome. You guys do both spectrums of kind of, our content creation side of this. What made you guys start, filming and getting into the content creation?
Well, first of all, Tori said you're taking too long, and she done cracked her beverage open while you were
I heard that.
running your mouth.
I watched everybody else do theirs since that's not what we do anymore.
Oh, yeah, get him, Tori.
Yeah.
Don't let him get away with that.
I was waiting for this because I had like this pretty pink can of wine.
Oh, sweet, a can of wine? Hell yeah. Somebody that drinks the same alcohol.
Hold on. You're drinking a can of wine?
Yeah.
I have, first time ever on Bass and Brews. I'm going to mark it down because that's going to be a TikTok clip.
Yeah.
Tori's drinking wine from a can.
It has, this one's pretty stout. It has 11 alcohols.
Holy shit.
Oh, look at Tori out there swinging around with that BDE.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that might be. No, I think Chris from Paddler's Playbook had a 12 on ours. That's why he got a little sloppy. But the hell, 11 alcohols, that's a bunch. Woo! I drink three White Claws at 8 alcohols. And sometimes I have no idea what happened on the podcast the next day.
This is the only can. Only one.
That's what she said.
I'm drinking an off-brand like a Blue Moon. So
All right,
it looked like it said Duffy. Looked like it said Duffy beer.
Blue Key.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm colorblind. I can't read.
What is that, Costco? Is that Costco brand Blue Moon?
There it is. You nailed it.
Paul, what are you drinking?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Man, I'm running late. I'm gonna have to slobber down a couple of them, but I got my trusty old White Claw Surge, cranberry, 8 alcohols. It tastes like partially flavored cranberry sparkle water, but it doesn't make my stomach fat.
In
IPAs, I love them.
Honoring Greg Blanchard because he's a Sierra Nevada guy, and I drink this all the time out here. But Sierra Nevada, big little IPA with coming in at a healthy 9 alcohols. So,
ooh, Lord! Well, at least Alex didn't drown in a fifth of whiskey tonight.
I mean, I got moonshine in the fridge.
Hey, well, look when Tori, that video
I don't
is
know
like
where this show's going to go. We can make this happen.
Well, I don't know. Tori's about to have 11 alcohols, a canned wine, and then apparently moonshine. So,
Listen, if Tori goes through a whole can and another one, we'll break this out. So then I'll never remember this.
Damn, I want to see her TikTok after all that.
It'll look like my TikToks or Instagrams, whatever I did when I was cooking chicken a few weeks ago.
I remember.
I'm telling you, the stir fries are looking good. You got me wanting to come up there.
Man, this chicken one I made the other day, it tasted like shit. It was terrible. I don't know what happened to it. It did not taste good. I take pride in how food tastes, and I ate that shit today. I gave some to the neighbor yesterday. She said it was good. So I ate some for dinner. I texted her. I was like, this was trash. If you have any left, throw it away. I'm making something else tomorrow.
All right. Let's get back on track. Paul already derailed us. Don't try that, Paul.
But this is Bass and Brews podcast. Nowhere in there does it say fishing. We can talk about cooking if we want.
No, you can make a side podcast.
Matter of fact, this is my neighbor texting me back right now.
New podcast is called
she said,
Trash
yes, it
and
was.
Brews. Trash
yes,
and Brews.
It was.
It's just Paul's cooking.
I would still.
All right, what made you guys start doing the content creation thing?
I'll start first because I've been doing it longer, but years ago, years ago, about 5 years ago, I literally watched a guy out in the pond. He was in a kayak, right? And I was like, damn, that looks fun, So I bought one. It was like a little $200 or $300 kayak, and then I realized that was a bad decision. Because I hooked the big ass catfish and realized that I'm gonna get fucking pulled into the damn water with that thing. So I sold that, and then I kept upgrading a few different times, and then I started fishing with Queen City a little bit, playing around, and then I wanted to turn into a content creator. It's been kind of fun. I kind of struggled with it at the beginning, but I'm having fun with it. I like to have fun with it. I like to show my experience in the water with people. I like to share my experience to all the local guys in the area, and I have some subscribers, and a little bit everywhere in the U.S. So I mean, it's pretty cool.
I think
He
that's
gets recognized sometimes, and it's so cool. He got recognized while we were vacationing in Florida.
Yeah, I was in Florida, and I was loading up, and a guy was like, "Hey, I watched your video from Lake Hartwell," because he lived in Georgia.
That's awesome.
He recognized my truck and my boats because we had both damn kayaks on my damn Tacoma, like on the one hers on the roof rack and mine in the truck, and we look like a damn Beverly Hillbillies going down the damn road.
But it's you couldn't tell you shit for the rest of the vacation, could you? Like, I'm damn famous. People in Florida know who I am.
I'm a humble dude. I like to be. I'm pretty humble.
I get excited. I'm like, I'm married to a celebrity.
Hey guys, y'all went out and ate at the bars. Hey guys, it's my husband Ryan. He's famous.
It's that's happened to me twice, right? Where I got in my local area, somebody's like, "Oh shit, you're Swamp Rat," and it's happened twice, and it's weird but kind of cool. And I'm not as humble, so I did like kick that door open to the house, and I was like, "Yo, babe, influencer coming in. Take my shoes off. I'm here. I'm a ride."
Take the shoes off.
Now, I'm going to piggyback on that because I didn't know what you looked like. And I saw Paul at the Hobie thing, that terrible dinner that they brought us all to. You already ate that day, so you didn't have to eat the pizza. At the Hobie check-in at Sandy, and you were wearing the shirt, the little yellow shirt. And I was tempted to talk to you because I thought you were going to be him. But I didn't talk to you. Instead, I just looked at you from down the table all night.
She was eyeing you down at the Santee Cooper check-in.
Look, I tell people all the time, if you listen to the podcast, you know I like to talk.
Y'all look.
Yeah. Y'all look. I like to talk. So if anybody's listening, if you ever see me, come holler at me, throw something at me. I mean, that's how I met Cam from Faith and Fishing Podcast. I was in his Outhouse Bait and Tackle. It's the smallest bait and tackle store up off of Falls Lake. And I was in there talking to the guy, and this other guy who ended up being Cam was walking around, and he comes up to me and goes, "Paul?" And he had his mask on. I'm like, "Well, I don't know who you are." He's like, "Oh, we've never met. I'm Cam." I was like, "Oh, because I listened to his podcast." And so that's how that happened. That's always good. I mean, somebody else. Who the hell was it? Said they saw a picture of me, and then they saw a picture out. Says, "Yep, y'all look exactly like y'all sound."
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I think that was on TikTok where they literally said, because I did the one of you. Yeah, I did the one of you trying to buy you an air conditioner, and people are like, "That dude looks exactly like he sounds."
Apparently, I got a little bit of a southern drawl and accent, but I can't hear it. I'm colorblind. I can't hear.
Yes, you got that.
All right, Tori.
Was it the McBee Bay or the McBee?
This is both.
McBee. You got
there. You go. Slang. You got to draw out the Mac and the B, but it's all one word. It's big M, little C, big B, E, and the C's at the bottom, so it's pronounced McBee.
Okay.
All right, Tori. Why did you start doing the TikTok thing?
I wasn't gonna do it because I thought it was hard, and then my nephew helped me make my first one, and then I just started doing them, and then it got a little addictive. I don't know. I'm just because I'm not humble. That's why I started doing it.
Yeah,
I want recognition.
If this man can become famous on YouTube, I am going to be famous on TikTok.
I'm trying.
I think again, it's kind of weird that you both took two different avenues to it, right? And they're both very viable, but totally two different beats, right? Like totally two different deals. And as we talked about before, I was like, Ryan, you should get on the ticky tacks, and Tori was very adamant. No, he's not allowed.
That's mine.
Needs to stay in his lane.
Personally, I think I could be pretty creative because I try to give her ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to help with that. So
Hold up. Now,
So-
how does that, well, let's, hold on. Don't skip over this part. You try to give her ideas on TikTok. Like, Tori, do you take his ideas, or are you like, stay in your lane, boy?
Well, all right. Sometimes I'll let him do the release videos because I can't do my own release video. But sometimes he'll be pitching these ideas, and I'm like, I got to keep it short or nobody's going to watch it. And even if they do watch it, they stop after 7 seconds. So.
That's the life of a man.
Like that sweet 7 seconds. 7 seconds is that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Well, I can promise you, 7 seconds of her looking at her is going to get way more views than 7 seconds of me. So
it's good. I like your. I do like your TikTok story there. I haven't seen Ryan's YouTubes. I'm gonna have to look him up tonight. I'm an awful host. I didn't even background check the other one, right? But no, like you've kind of nailed that platform.
This man said background check. After we done scheduled him, he's like, "Oh shit, let me go make sure we don't have nobody." Well, that's how I got on this show. He background checked me after he had me on. I was like, "What the fuck was this?"
All right, have you guys always fished together, or is it something you guys got into it later on?
I've only been fishing for a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
So he was fishing long before me, and then I wanted a Hobie because I wanted to be bougie. No, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Because Hobies are bougie, and I am too. And I was just gonna like look at wildlife on it. Okay. But then I got into like a nice Hobie, and then I get a little competitive, and I didn't have the nicest motives for wanting to start fishing. They weren't kind motives.
Oh,
what were the motives?
I wanted to beat.
She wanted to catch big ones. I mean, that's what it is.
There was supposed to be a ladies event, and I wanted to beat all the ladies, but then there was no ladies event. So don't get me started on that. I already am.
That's that competitive, like that's a killer mentality. I ain't been fishing but a year. I bought the most expensive kayak out there to go look at wildlife. and that turns into like 2 days after, I'm going to whoop somebody's ass fishing. Ryan, because I'm bougie, go buy me Shimano Chronarps. Go buy me the St. Croix Legends. I will only use the gold label fluoro. I mean, geez.
She's got nicer rods than me. I use low end Luz, and like I use a couple SLX rods from Shimano.
But I'm a casting girl. I like my casting rods.
Yeah, 15 minutes from the house. I hear you.
Abundantly clear in your videos. One of my favorite TikToks is when you broke that cash in. And I can't remember what brand you went to, but it was like a whole series. It was just a saga where you were just like, nah, this shit's trash. I don't want it. I want to go back to the cash-in.
How the hell did you break a cash-in?
It happened. It was April, the end of April. So they were crazy. All the spots were just crazy. And then I got stuck. And then it broke. And I'm still not right.
That story does not add up. So you must fish like I do. When you need a push pole or something, instead of pulling out the paddle, you got your poles down there. You know, you got to use the buddy in for that shit now, not the other. Hey, Ryan, it sounds like you and Josh from Abide Fishing must go shopping together. y'all buy Walmart shit.
We meet up and we get the deals on the Luz and all that shit.
You go to Walmart, it's like, look, guys, we buy 18 combos. Can we get them half off?
Oh shit! No, I mean, I use Luz reels, and but I do like my SLX rods. I mean, and I have some Luz rods. Man, I don't blow a lot of money on tackle. I feel like I can take my little mid-grade ass tackle, and as long as I'm on the fish, I can catch them. That's my opinion.
What would you consider mid-grade? So, like, what's your go-to? Like, if gun to your head, you got to go out there and catch fish. What are you slinging?
I like my SLX rods that's it. That's what I would grab.
Yeah, but what are you putting on that?
Oh, reaction
like
baits
what
or
bait?
finesse?
Okay.
Alex,
Which
if you
one?
were-
So you got to catch
Alex,
the fish.
If you would have watched his damn YouTube videos, he puts hours and hours of time into.
Fair
Well,
enough.
first off, Robert, I heard you were the spook master.
Oh, I love throwing a spook.
No, you're not. I'm the spook master.
I didn't say I was a spook master. I said I love throwing it. I love throwing it.
Yeah, I love the spook. I absolutely love a walking bait. I'm addicted to it.
Okay.
I kind of poked the bear a little bit on that one, just because you did brag about your spook skills in one episode, and I was like, "This man thinks he can throw a spook."
Oh, we
no.
got to have a walking bait off. You guys got to get together, and we got to. I mean, that's a solid competition.
I'm coming up to Jordan. So.
Oh, sweet. Hey, I'll be there too. I'm planning
I
on
don't
being
know if
there.
a spook works there though. So.
But a spook works anywhere in America and the Panama Canal.
Listen, you'll find Paul at that tournament. You'll see him at the bottom of the standings. He just cements that bottom portion.
I finished third on our last one now.
Hey,
and I had big fish. So
by
Alex,
the way, congrats to that, man. Sharon Harris. I love Sharon Harris. I've been there one time for a TOC with Queen City, and the first day I was on like a dink fest, and then I didn't figure it out until the second day, and it was already over. But I love Sharon Harris. I just wish I was closer.
yes, it's a super fun lake. It's tough, but once you figure it out, it can be easier. But man, you go out there and catch 30, 40 fish one day and go out the very next day and nothing has changed, and catch a bunch of perch and catfish. It's a bizarre lake. It's frustrating, but I love it. I'm 15 minutes from there, so I'm there all the time.
Awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, I'll definitely be at Jordan. We'll see what happens. I either catch them or I don't. I mean, that's usually how it goes.
All right, Tori, what about you? Let's say, gun to your head, you've got to catch fish. What are you throwing?
I'm throwing a Ned rig.
Ned rig. You're going to go with the easy mode. I gotcha.
Ned rig
it
fancy.
produces. I have caught so much on a Ned rig.
Yeah.
Is it easy?
Hey.
I'm better at a Ned rig than my husband, the spook master over here.
She caught 2 20-inch spots.
That's what I was about to ask. Is she? Where are you in that monthly right now?
I'm in second place.
Hey, there you go.
Because he's in first.
Oh, shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
So obviously the Ned rig is not as good as whatever shit Ryan's been throwing.
Man, I had smoke coming off my spook the other day, and it was just over. I mean, there was smoke coming off of it. I was like, and I had like 70 inches before 9 a.m. And I just gave up after that.
Was that on Norman or was that on some other
Norman?
lake?
Yeah.
It was somewhere on the Catawba chain of lakes. Anywhere from Lake James down to Mountain Island.
The only people who know what the fuck Catawba chain of lakes means are the people in the Charlotte area.
Yeah, but they're sneaky Pete's and they're going to listen if they find out. And especially before this month is over. If it drops before, they're going to try to find out and then they want to come at you.
Well, it drops Friday, so I will make sure to post this in the Queen City page Friday morning.
100%. Also, you guys don't know, if you guys just hit us up and DM us, Tori gave up all the spots. I have all the waypoints. So just hit me up. I'll let them all out. All right. So when it comes to Ned rig, are you what Ned rig bait are you actually using? Because I know a lot of people do like the sit and drop. When I do the Ned rig, I do the kind of bounce, right? Like I'll pop that thing up 3 or 4 times, reel it in a little bit to get movement, and then let it go. Are you like a sit and marinate or a swim and shimmy?
It's a marinate. Basically, I throw it out, and then like I do something before I close the bell, like get a snack, put on sunscreen, post on Instagram.
Make a ticky-tack video.
Yeah. And then I'll close the bell and do something else, and then slow. Like so slow that you want to die.
This is the damn truth. And she catch 20s like that.
What bait are you using, if you don't mind?
I use the baits that mean
She's been fishing a year, and she has this shit down pat. You can tell she fishes with Queen City people. You can tell because they don't say nothing, and they will straight up lie to your face. Like she could be throwing a Ned rig and say, "Yeah, I'm throwing the pink and blue Ned rig on this weight, and it's something completely different." They'll lie about the stuff over there now.
Honestly, for the viewers, I've tried twice now. She will not give up the goods, just so everybody's clear.
They know what the baits that mean business are.
Biz bait.
What is it? I don't know what it is. What is
it's a
it?
local
I don't
company.
fish in Charlotte. Nobody from Charlotte ever listens to this show. You can let it out.
Yeah.
I like the biz baits. I'm a biz baits girl.
Okay.
I'm hoping that if I say the baits that mean business enough, they'll give me a t-shirt. They haven't yet. I don't think they will. But I will not.
Not after being on this show.
No, you're on the do not send shit to list after this show. You're probably going to get charged 10% extra.
Oh, damn.
All right, would you so she does the finesse. So obviously, Ryan, you're a power fisherman guy, I'm guessing.
I'm a finesse fisherman too. I love a wacky rig, shaky head, drop shot. You know.
Wacky rig, are you throwing that? So I'm a fan of the wacky, right? But I'll only throw that thing weighted. The old flick shake. Do you throw it weighted?
I throw it weighted, but I will say that, like, you know how different brands they have. Like one brand will have not much salt in it. Another brand will have like, you know, a lot of salt. And I've learned that the Sassy Stick from Biz Baits has the perfect amount of salt where has the perfect the fall rate. You know.
You're right.
And that's my opinion.
I like so I like the 6 Sense Clout. Anybody who's seen my videos on YouTube when I used to actually fish, they like that's I swear by that because I feel like it's because it's got those little hexes on it, like it falls different, right? But it falls so slow, I can't fish that on like a spinning rod unweighted. It's got to be weighted on a bait caster is what I actually fish it on too. And I find that to be the money spot.
If you watch his last video and any previous video, he'll try to throw like a jig or something, but usually ties it on in his first cast for whatever reason. I think he ties the overhead knot because he throws every damn thing off his rod. I mean,
I felt so bad. Wizco, shout out to them. I think they got some big releases coming out. That's Hooked Up North is running that, Josh. But I felt so bad. This dude took the time to like time it perfectly where he sent me these swim jigs. I love the swim jig. It's my favorite moving bait to throw. And he sent me these like hand tied specifically for me swim jigs. First cast, yay! That thing, like I hadn't casted a bait caster in like 7 months. So I'm going to blame that. But I yeeted that thing way into somebody's yard. Like deep into it. I think I might have hit a chicken at some point. That thing was gone. And it was the only one he sent. And I was like, well, shit.
Oh, shit.
Like I had the whole idea for that video was I was going to showcase that swim jig because I knew I was maybe going to get a good swim jig bite. Purpose, you know what I mean? Like showcase it. First cast, fucking gone.
Hey, slow down your movements. You're starting to freeze up again. You're frozen. Slow it down. You might have to sign out and back in because you're all messed up now.
All right.
Just a little.
So Ryan.
Yeah.
How long ago did you start your YouTube channel?
Damn.
It's been a long time.
Feels like 20 years ago.
I told him not to do it. I told him it was too much work.
I would say about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm close to a couple of thousand subscribers. I don't really, it's so hard to have time to really hit it hard and gain a lot of subscribers. I mean, because I got work. I got this. It's summertime. This damn grass keeps growing. And I mean, I just got so much shit going on. And then you got to add editing to that. It's just a lot of stuff. And I mean, I try to put out at least 2 to 4 videos a month. I try to. I mean, that's kind of it. I really don't plan on trying to retire on YouTube. I do it for fun. Like, I love it. I love doing it. but I'm not trying to like quit my job and do it or nothing like that. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I love sharing my day on the water, regardless if I'm catching these damn dinks or if I'm catching some big ones, which that's just kind of my story.
And on that, so you've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years. You've got, and let's say only 2,000 subscribers, because that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. But you're still doing it, and you put the time in to put stuff out routinely.
Yeah.
And because you enjoy it. And so one of the things I think a lot of people, when they start YouTubing or podcasting or Instagramming or any of that stuff, they want that gratification to, they've been following people and they've seen somebody with 50,000 or 20.
Yeah.
Somebody that just enjoys doing it, putting out that content. They want to, like you said earlier, they just want to share that trip with folks. That there's a difference there in how people approach the social media aspect. Some people want to be famous, whatever that is. That's their definition. And then some people just want to share what they do because somebody else might enjoy it. It might give somebody a little bit of joy.
Yeah.
And to me, there's nothing wrong with either. I watch YouTube channels that have 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I watch them all the way up to, people with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I enjoy the content for what it is.
Yeah. That's kind of me too. I mean, especially here being in Charlotte, I really like to support abide fishing, ham bone fishing, all of them around here. We kind of just do our thing and put out what we do out there, So,
you know what the greatest thing about ham bone fishing is that guy kills it with the Bass and Brew memes. He is he's done
the meme king.
Dude, he's so good. He did a Stranger Things, I think, twice for us. He did a Joker one. Like, ham bone, I'm about ready to hire you just to make these. To be completely honest, when he did that Stranger Things ones, I was like, I remember texting Paul. I was like, oh shit, we made it. Like, that's a relevant, yes, current meme that he made about Bass and Brews. Oh, dude, it's so good. It's my favorite one. I already have that thing tattooed on my back.
Real quick. Oh, yes. Real quick. If he's listening by hire you, he does not mean you're going to get paid a damn thing. No. Like, he's going to hire you and you're going to get paid in the same thing I get paid in. Shitty text messages that tell you how crappy of an angler you are.
Correct.
That's what you get paid in on Bass and Brews. Shit talking.
What did I miss?
It adds up.
You guys want to just recap the whole thing? No, I mean we're getting there. I'll tell you what. The whole I think I'm pretty. I try to be pretty honest about it. Me and Paul do this for the love of doing it. For the however many listeners listen, Tori reaching out, right? Like stuff like that. Like, that's why we do this, because it's we're not doing this to get paid. It'd be great, right? But it's probably not going to happen because me and Paul we've had a lot of conversations. We're both very, we have an idea for this, and we're not going to sacrifice kind of the realism that we put into this, because that's what people like, and that's what we like to do. The last thing I want to do is a show where I've got to do 9 million fucking ads through it to make a couple $100. I don't want to do that. I like to have real people on too. I don't want to chase views. Obviously, we have some big names. You guys are, 2 episodes after Mikey Balls? He's huge on YouTube, right? But then we get to have you guys on. Yeah, dude, we had Alex Rudd.
He's awesome. Yeah.
But even the Alex Rudd episode, right? The one right after that was Thump Nation was after that, who's just a kind of a small TikTok creator. He was right after that.
It's Carolina Thump.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Thump Nation's what he calls his thing. Yeah.
but this is the whole thing is we enjoy talking to interesting folks that create content. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. And your amount of subscribers and followers don't always correlate to the content that you put out. And I mean, that's just how it goes. But you put out really cool stuff, neat stuff. stuff that we like, and this is our podcast. We have whatever the fuck we want on.
Whoever on. I got an Instagram, and there was a guy who was like, "Hey, what's the qualifications to get on Bass and Brews?" And I was like, "Well, shit, what is it?" Right? And I was like, "Well, I mean, most are guests.
Just ask.
That's normally what it is." And I was like, "You got to have a mild drinking problem, like drinking wine from a can. You've got to like be able to like talk to a human being and like fishing." Like I didn't know what to tell him, you know what I mean? And that's what I realized. I kind of liked it, right? Because this guy had said he'd asked other podcasts, and they're like, "Oh, well, you need to have this following, this following." We don't do any of that shit. Like, be a real, normal human being who's good to talk to. What more could you want?
Yeah,
I know.
That's what I really like about this one. I mean, so my wife turned me on to this because I've been busy, but I listen to this while I'm at work with my earpods because you got to think like when I come home from work, I do my yard work. I'm running around doing them damn videos, and then obviously other stuff. And a good time I catch up on the podcast is I listen to it at work, so it's cool.
Nice.
So.
Well,
I have a system to listen to you guys. I have to do it on 1.2 speed.
That's the only way I sound normal, probably.
Yeah.
Just to get through all of it.
Like it'll be just in the car, which like my son hates. I was telling y'all about that, how my son is just like over Bass and Brews.
How old is your son?
The youngest is 12.
Do they have earmuffs on? Because if they don't, your children are going to be ruined.
He was telling his friend today at lunch, he's like, she's going to be on this podcast, the terrible one that she's making me listen to. And I'll be listening. He's like, can we turn it off?
Your kids are going to school talking about Bass and Brews, and the teachers are like, let me go check this out. And they go listen. About, oh, my God, do you hear what the Brenneman kids listen to? Well, and back to you having to put it on 1.2 speed. I mean, you have to set aside half a day of work to listen to these things because they can be 3 hours long.
A week to listen to one episode.
At 1.2. At 1.2.
But my job is like super close. Well, I'm off right now because it's summer, so I'm living the best life.
Okay.
But normally it's like a 4-minute commute, and then like after the kids leave and I'm trying to like prep for the next day, I'll turn you guys on.
Wait, you're prepping. I'm guessing you're a teacher, hence why
Yes.
you're off during the summer. Wait, so you're in your classroom prepping for the next day as you listen to Bass and Brews?
There's no children
Oh, it's no
in
look
there.
harder.
No, that was Audrey.
Yeah, that was a girl.
I couldn't tell. I'm on a small phone. All right.
He must be colorblind too. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Oh, so many comments. I'm going to leave them alone. You know where I go. Where was I going? Oh, so there's no children. What happens if one pops in when Paul is dropping 9 F-bombs in a row?
Well, you know, it's a small county.
Hey, Union County's a little kind of wild, wild west. You know that, right?
Yeah. She has a sign outside her door. Podcast in session, not before entering.
If anything, we need to get her a shirt that says Bass and Brews in session, don't enter. We'll make it happen. All right, so are you both out of Hobie's? Are you both bougie, or is it just Tori?
We're both bougie. We know, just like Paul, we know a good kayak whenever we see a good kayak.
I hate that. I hate that damn word bougie. Okay, I just don't like it.
Why?
Don't be in a Hobie.
Why?
But I'm
Because
not gonna lie. The Hobie PA has got the best damn seat.
Sounds pretty bougie to me, bud.
I don't like the seat. I feel like I'm gonna fall in.
Oh Lord! You
know what has a really nice seat? The Old Town.
Oh, really?
All right, we are not getting into no stupid ass kayak better than the other stupid ass conversation. I swear to God, nobody wants to hear that shit tonight. They don't want to hear it none. And Alex ain't been in no other kayak. I ain't been in no other kayak. We are not educated enough to talk about the difference in kayaks. Yeah. Unless you want to talk about my damn Walmart kayak. Then we can talk about that. But we ain't get. Don't nobody want to hear. Look, you can go online and find all the shit about kayaks you want to find. and it ain't all this. Damn. I always want
You know
to shit
what?
on Hobie, Alex. You are mean.
In honor of your comment, I'm going to repost that video of you and your squeaky Hobie drive with your painted toenails.
His also squeaks.
Look, mine went from squeaking and a little bit while longer, it fell apart. But I'll say this. Knowing what I know now, that drive had a couple issues that probably could have been repaired, but then I took it to one of my local dealers to get like a yearly servicing. He looks at me and goes, "It don't need to be serviced ever. These ain't made to be serviced." I'm like, "Well, that's not what I heard." So he ends up tightening down, bottoming out all the damn cable screws or nuts, and then I get in it the very next day, and it's like click, click, click. I'm like, that don't sound good. And for too long, I went from doing like 4.5 miles an hour to 3.8, pedaling my ass off, and then finally, it was the bearings were shot. He didn't complete. He didn't do it all, but anyway, what the heck? Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
Damn stupid ass kayaks. Oh,
Yeah,
look,
there you go.
you need a kayak that floats,
Yep.
and you need a kayak that you can take fishing.
There you
And if
go.
it floats, you can take it fishing. That's all you need. You buy what the hell you can afford.
There you
That
go.
is
I don't
true.
like to hear the word bougie because he knows he's going to look at the bank account and there's going to be Shimano Chronarch showing up instead of some luge from the Walmarts.
Well, I mean, at this point, he's just got to buy everything twin style, right? If he gets a new boat, he's got to get her a new boat. It's like a give and take, right?
You would think. I bought my boat with
Yeah.
my money. I actually, just like a very responsible adult, I chose to borrow out of my 401k and buy Hobie.
Look, that's dedication right there. She's going to be in the AOI hunt for Queen City next year. I can feel it.
Hey, real quick, we don't have serious Bass and Brews PSAs, but we're going to do one now. It's probably a bad idea to borrow from your 401k to get a boat. Let's just make sure that's clear.
F it. You only live once. Come on now.
I'd rather enjoy the
YOLO.
money before I retire.
That's a good
There
point.
you go. Look,
By the time I retire, my knees will be too bad to work the drive.
Well, if you just got to Old Town, it wouldn't be an issue. So.
Well, in Queen City, they can't fish with no motor.
Yeah.
I don't have a motor in mine. Anyways, you're right.
Well, yours has seen the water once in like a year or so.
He saw the water recently. He caught that big fish.
Oh, that
was,
2.5 pounder? Yeah, that's a
hey,
giant.
Actually, it was a 5-pounder, right? I got it on camera, but Tori, that was like months ago, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to throw you a bone.
No, I haven't been. I have been fishing recently, right? Saltwater here in the Bay Area, and I have. The only thing I've managed to do is foul hook a bat ray.
But I bet that was fun, though, right?
Super fun until it spooled me completely and took about 150 yards of line gone, and then I got yelled at by a PETA member about hurting fish or what the fuck ever. Yeah, it was awful.
Oh, because you're in
but
California right now. Where
I am in California. For
That's
as
the
the
thing.
time of this recording, I have 87 days left until I start my retirement. Thank God, and then go back to the great
Hopefully-
state of New Jersey.
Hopefully it's shorter than that. Please, so I don't have to do any more fucking social media for this podcast.
I feel really bad for anybody that follows us on TikTok because when I leave, you're not going to get shit.
Yeah.
So
Look, the last episode, I didn't put shit out on the social media. I forgot. Look, I'm busy as hell too, and I'm trying to damn run a business and do all this. I just completely forgot. Alex does all that shit. Y'all, look, I have to show up to be a pretty face, and that's it. That's why I'm here.
Well, Spotify tells me when y'all put out a new episode. So
yeah,
Well, it's every Friday at 5 a.m.
Friday at 5 a.m. every time.
We ain't missed a week since at least I know I was a guest.
Let me think here. We missed a week.
No, but
Yeah.
we had a podcast to put out.
Yeah. We've always had a podcast put out for over a year now, which is pretty awesome.
Yep, I did it all by myself when Alex left me.
And that was one of the first episodes I listened to is the Abide episode because I had interacted with Swamp Rat here on the TikTok so much that I was like, well, I guess I should check out the podcast. And so we were on the way to the zoo, my son, and he had to listen to the Abide episode.
That's a great way to get pumped up for the zoo. Oh
and
my
I
God.
thought you were the guy from the north, that really northern man. Whenever I started putting the pieces together,
you thought I was from the north?
The Hurt Locker. Is it Hurt Locker you had on the show? And he had like this really northern accent, and he catches these giant bass wherever he is.
Yeah, Hurt Locker. I thought you were a super fan. Hurt Locker. I don't know who.
No, Lockhart Fishing. It was Lockwood.
Oh yeah.
It's 11 alcohols.
Cody Hurt Locker. Look, Cody is a Hurt Locker. That man would be safer de-arming bombs than being himself.
I loved that episode. I've listened to it twice.
Oh my! Was that the one that it was just him and Alex, and he was talking about crossing their eyes with the jig?
No, it was you and him and Josh Abad.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was on Josh. That was when he was scratching his fucking back with a back scratcher in the middle of the episode, and then cleaning his ears with a Q-tip. That's Cody for you. That dude's awesome. Follow him on Instagram so he catches big fish up in Maryland.
Listen, we talk about him in the beginning of the show. We have the canned ad, but just another plug for Hookset. These guys are the best fishing team out there. But I will tell you, some of them are the worst social media presences. Lockwood, he's great, but he is way too honest with his whole life. And then Steve-O likes to eat popcorn during podcasts.
Yes.
That's his, or fall asleep. You guys should go watch Hoodlum Cast. That motherfucker fell asleep. Yeah, last week's episode, he fell asleep in the middle of it.
Hey, it
was a great episode.
Not the first time. That's at least the third time he's fallen asleep in the middle of some time of recording.
He's known for having a lazy Sunday, so he falls asleep quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're bald. You kind of lose sense of time.
Oh, damn.
All right, so...
Alex, quit hollering, Alex. Quit hollering. Y'all look. Turn your volume down before Alex kills all the eardrums. I'm already got the tinnitus.
Are you done, Paul?
My damn ears going to be ringing tomorrow.
We're recording this middle to end of July. What's the pattern that's working for you guys? I know Tori's not going to tell us anything, but maybe Ryan can.
Tori's patterns, I'm catching them deep, shallow, or somewhere in between.
I use that quote a lot with my husband now.
Where did Alex go?
I'm still here. I'm getting another beer.
Sick.
Oh.
Okay, go. You just get up. That's what you do.
Okay.
I will get started on the pattern.
Hey, real quick before you do this, because we did not cover this rule. Alex never does, and he doesn't let me do my intro to y'all's rules. If you got to go tinkle, just go tinkle. There's 4 of us on this podcast. You don't have to
listened to enough shows. I know the rules.
I know, but obviously, sometimes we have people that don't know they go tinkle, and you can tell them they're doing it.
I think he just figured it out because he heard you.
See, you didn't tell him earlier either.
No, I didn't.
So what's your pattern?
He doesn't listen enough, and I also have a teacher bladder, so I'll be here all night. All right, the pattern for catching the fish. You got to be at the right spot at the right time with the right cast.
Okay, so tell me this then, because you can't catch fish where fish ain't. So how do you find the right spot?
Well, I'm still learning how to read my electronics, so I just go to where I think they might be and hope for the best.
And what lends you to think that they might be in that area you go?
Oh, because it's a dock, and I love fishing a dock. If there is a dock, I'm going to fish it. And I might fish it a little too long. But then sometimes I'll catch them in between the docks.
Are you throwing that Ned rig under the dock, or are you doing something else?
No, I throw the Ned rig. I skip it. My husband told me I had to learn to skip. So I learned how to skip the little Ned rig down there.
Nice,
Getting
Skipping.
better.
That's look, if y'all don't know, they fish Lake Norman a lot. I'm guessing that's y'all's home lake. That's the lake you're at.
We were
mostly.
fishing on the Catawba chain.
I'm
Look,
telling you,
Ain't nobody.
Tori is a 70-year-old man just reincarnated. She won't give up the spot. She won't give up the bait. She's gonna tell you, I'm catching fish where I'm catching fish. It's in the water. If it's wet, I'm gonna get it. Like she don't.
I fish a lot of docks, but all my fish come between the docks. It's so weird. It's so weird. Look, ain't nobody worried about going out and catching 13-inch spots on Norman. We ain't asking you to give up no other spot.
Well, all right, I'm going to toot my own horn here. I've been catching the giant.
Dude.
Like fish that I didn't think I could catch. I've been catching. Like, not PBs.
She has been catching
But
quality.
I've been catching some pretty big fish.
Early
What is
in the
your
morning,
PB?
I love to go down the bank and I like to throw a buzz bait. I like to
That
throw.
Bizbait's double propeller, right?
yeah. So I love to do that, and we don't really fish close together, but every now and again she does fish behind me, and next thing you know, she's catching all these big damn fish, and I'm like, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm fishing too fast, and then I realize that's what they want is that slow shit. Man, it's too late. She done caught all the big ones.
Yeah, and so the rest of the day you're throwing a buzzbait.
There's some days, I don't know. It's just something about that blow up on a buzzbait too, though.
Yeah, man. There. If there's anything in fishing that is addicting, in the actual art of catching a fish, it is them coming up and eating the topwater bait. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. That's what people want. Alex, you don't count, dude. You ain't fished once last year. You know what?
I hate
just can't
fishing
throw it.
topwater.
Yeah, because every time he
fishing
ties his
topwater.
own, he throws it off because he ties 2 overhand knots or something. I don't know.
Nope. So here's the thing. I hate fishing topwater because I end up going through a spot with a feeling that I missed fish.
Yeah.
Right. And I'd much rather I don't fish tournaments, so I don't give a shit about the size. I just want the rod bend, right? I hate feeling like I missed fish. And when I fish topwater, every time I'm like, I know there's something in the pads, right? And I know I missed them. So why wouldn't I just instantly start with finesse? I normally start finesse, or I'll do I think that's what drove me to the swim jig, right? Is because it's not as intrusive as a chatterbait. It's like a finesse power bait almost, right? I don't know. I'm a weird dude. Yeah, I like seeing it happen. That's probably the weakest part of my game would be topwater. I've barely ever thrown it because I don't want to miss anything.
But Alex, there's no rule in fishing that you can't fish through there with a topwater and then turn around and fish through there with your flick shake. Right,
but in my head, I think I've caused so much disruption that those fish are going to hunker down and not bite it. It's a whole mental thing for sure. I can absolutely throw back into it.
Take your ass to the Catawba chain and out there.
I'd love to know where that is, but
there will be jet skiers. There will be jet skiers and wakeboarders and people doing. Coming over and doing ollie oops against docks, right to that dock and catch 20 inches on a Ned rig.
I think that happened last week, actually.
Oh my God! Especially if you're on the AKA Lake Norman / part of Catawba chain.
Oh, mean, it's a shit show out there. You got to get out there early, and you got to get off the water at 11.
You got to get out there at 4:30, and you need to be off the water by 6:15.
I'd say 10 a.m. and you're good.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And also, that's the other thing with topwater. I got to get up fucking early for that. I don't get up early enough anyway.
Not always.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, Frog, you want that sun high, right, to cast that shadow, but.
I've caught some of my biggest fish in the middle of the day on a topwater.
On a topwater, like a walking bait?
Yeah, that and buzzbait, yeah.
Buzzbait.
Whopper plopper. I know a lot of people hate on it, damn whopper plopper, but there is a time and place for a whopper plopper. It's
whopper plopper is like the Guggen baits of all baits. It's so trendy and overused.
But there's a time and place, though. I've learned that there's a day that, like, if they're not hitting a buzz bait or a walking bait, they're probably on a whopper plopper bait.
Gotcha.
Look, when that lure came out, it caught fish, something they ain't seen. So I mean,
are you using the bigger whopper ploppers or those smaller ones?
I think for lakes like up there around like Sharon Harris, I would say when you're on them bigger lakes like Santee Cooper, I would recommend a big whopper plopper. But when you're down here like on the Catawba, and I'm not saying there's some big fish on the Catawba chain, but I think a lot of times it's the smaller whopper plopper because the bait is a lot smaller. So I think you really got to think about that. A lot of people think big bait, big bass, but those fish are used to like looking at small bait. So you throw that small whopper plopper, you're going to get more bites with a possible chance of catching the big fish too.
So are you throwing the plopper, the Chapo, or do you throw the Walmart, the Ozark Trail brand?
I do not throw the Ozark shit. That is a piece of shit. Okay.
Josh spends $100 on lures and shows up with a 30 by 30 foot box of Ozark Trail.
Man, it's got to be a river to see, and there's a couple reasons for that. Because the Chapo, to me, that tail on the back, the Chapo and that Walmart brand, the tail was actually hard plastic. And I feel like if you have any of them short strikes bass that are going to bite it on the back treble, that back tail on the river to sea is actually like a rubber. And I feel like that gives you a better hookup chance. That's my experience. That's my,
I throw the Chapo mainly because I don't like fucking with lures. Like when I get them, I might have to tune a crankbait, but when I get them, I want to be able to throw them and catch fish on them. I have to mess around with them. And the whopper plopper to me, like I've caught fish and it's on the side, it's just not running right. I hadn't had that problem with a Chapo, so I use that because I don't have to fart with it so damn much. And that's the one thing I hate to dealing with shit like that.
I agree. I know so I throw the 90 mainly.
Yeah,
I know the 75 size does want to like turn sideways. And it pisses me off too. I don't understand it sometimes.
I think you're reeling too fast because that's my problem.
You want that damn thing.
Yeah. I want it look like a skeeter going down the lake. I want to see rooster tail. I want to see gas fumes.
That's what it's all about, man. Is you're trying to make that bass. You want something going across his damn head so fast that he has to make a split decision on to bite it or not. And a lot of times that's your biggest bass that you can catch by making them kind of, getting a reaction bite on, a split second decision like that.
Total side note. Tori, I want to talk about your canned wine drinking. I've noticed I'm a very...
I was about to get another one.
No, yeah, get another one, but I'm very observant.
I can hear you. The fridge is right there.
Does anybody else notice that how she drinks her wine out of a can is like how a squirrel does it? She has to use two hands. And it's like this. Every time.
I've been trying to follow it up. With my own White Claw.
All right, this is the thing. I've never been a beer drinker, so I don't know.
I've tried and tried to get her to drink a beer, but she never has.
Never.
But it doesn't.
But that doesn't
That
explain
thing to do with two hands.
When you drink a soda, do you drink it like this? Are you drinking?
I have this cup of water, and I'm gonna hold it like this.
I still don't get it.
When I hold a cup of coffee, two hands. I'm a teacher. It's the teacher hold.
Because she's got kids hanging all on her arms.
Hold on tight.
I don't know what grade she's in.
He's looking like that damn, that Yoda meme. Where the baby Yoda sitting there holding the cup like.
That's her, right there. That's her.
Hey, so are you miss hook sets to your churns?
I'm so sorry. Please repeat.
Are you miss hook sets to your churns?
No, but they know all about my bass loving. In fact, we covered our door. We all made little paper bass, and we put that on there, and we said that we were hook set on learning.
Yes.
And
set on
some
learning.
of the kids will go fishing with their parents, and even some of the little girls will be like, "I'm gonna go fishing," and I get really excited. And I show them all my fish. I had some friends send me pictures of the gators down there in Santee, and I showed them that, and they love it. They do. Some of them get a little freaked out, but they get used to it. But they're little. They're kindergarten, so they're nicer than like my fourth graders I had before who were not into the fish.
Miss Brenneman, that sure is a small fish. Do you ever catch any big ones?
No, they love them. They love all the fish.
Miss Brenneman, where did you catch those at? You're still doing the Baby Yoda thing.
Where did I catch what? My paper fish that I glued on the door?
No. My favorite, I just watched it today. I know when you put it out, that TikTok where you were like, you know what I really hate is when I'm in a tournament and somebody goes, "Hey, where are you catching those fish
Oh
at?"
my God. I was so mad. And it's somebody that we're kind of friends with. We're friends with.
We were friends until they asked that. Now we kind of.
Name them out. Come on,
Richard.
name out this buzzard. It was
Richard May. He doesn't listen.
Richard May. Way to be a
if
buzzard.
He does. He needs to know that he can't ask me. He doesn't ask my husband where he's fishing. He only asks me because he doesn't respect me as an angler.
He's trying to find the weak link.
I'm not the weakest link.
Obviously, as we figured out, you won't even tell us anything that you do with anything. But do you feel like it's an uphill struggle with that?
It just makes me so mad. So mad. I was fired up about it for days, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a TikTok. And
I tic-tacked his ass.
And I hope he saw it. I hope he saw it, and I hope he knew.
What do you tell these people from here on out, though, when they ask you that shit?
I just
Where'd you
don't
catch
I
your
leave them
fish?
on red.
No.
Like my oldest would do and be like, "Your mom's lake."
Go ask your mom where I caught them fish. No, seriously, we talked about it earlier, and you said you used it. What do you tell them now when they say, "Where'd you catch some fish?"
I don't say
I caught them shallow, deep, or somewhere in between.
Well, I tell that to my husband just because, like, I hear it. I think I've heard it from you guys.
Yeah, well, that's a spoon plug, pun intended.
He had to listen to me for months, being like, "Well, I heard they said," and he's probably thinking like, "Who is this they?"
We were they.
They said this. They said that, and all y'all's guessed.
Well, so in the summertime, them fish group up a lot, especially on the Catawba. Like you'll have the whole lake will have like a bunch of dinks, and then there will be one specific area where the big ones are at. And right now, we're just not trying to give that up.
It's somewhere on the Catawba chain, probably like up towards the top of the Catawba chain, or maybe at the very bottom of the Catawba chain, like Lake James, or maybe it's gone all the way down to Watery. I think it was Watery.
Yeah.
The world will never know.
The only people that know are the ones judging them damn fish.
That's a fear. Yeah. I don't want them to know.
That's a fear.
Yes.
So what are y'all's PBs?
My PB and his PB are actually tied. But mine was fatter.
Let me tell him what's going on. Okay, listen to this shit. Okay, so I know you went to Santee Cooper for Hobie BOS or Queen City. And when I went down there, I was on the struggle bus. I don't know how you was doing. I can't remember really, but how'd you do it, Santee? Was you on some fish or?
Well, I got down. I literally crossed the bridge, the I-95 bridge, at 3:00 on Friday.
Yeah.
So all I had time to do, I went and checked 2 ramps. I chose the ramp I was going to go out that morning. You know, it was a struggle for everybody that first morning. If I'd have caught all 4 fish, I caught 1. If I'd have caught the other 3 that bit, I would have been somewhere in that 70-inch range, which would have put me, I think, in like somewhere in the 30s. I think is what it would have been that day. But then the second day, I was like, fuck, I just want to go look at a new place because I grew up fishing Santee, but catfishing, and that was in the mid-late 90s. I don't remember nothing about any of that shit anymore. So I went and went fish a new area and pedaled a lot and checked some stuff out. But to answer your question, I did pretty shitty.
Yeah, and I mean, we were both on the struggle bus. Well, pre-fishing really sucked for me, and I picked some random ass. So I know everybody's talking about throwing wacky rigs on the cypress trees and spinner baits. I could never figure that shit out. So I told them, my buddies and her, I'm like, look, I'm going to go find some docks because I'm used to throwing. And I'll be damned if I found like 4 docks, the only damn 4 docks that were holding good fish. And I caught it like a nice limit. It put me in like 30th place in Hobie. And but after that, I did not get a bite. I think I literally picked out the best 4 docks, and my buddies and her skunked that day. It sucked. I mean, but then the next day, day 2, I struggled. I heard her yell across the damn lake. She caught a 22.5-inch bass. I mean,
hell yeah.
And it was a giant.
He was beautiful. He had these big, giant brown eyes. I wanted to keep him. I just wanted to keep him and hug him and just. I put him back.
Is this a bass or a new husband?
Yeah.
It was just so beautiful.
This story.
It was the bass of a life.
If people take out Alex, if you cut this conversation and take out the fishing, this sounds like we asked her the question of the first time she met Ryan and talked to her friends.
Oh, don't worry, I'm cutting that out. That's how that's going to be.
Yeah,
Ryan, what's yours? So 20, both of them are 22 inches.
Mine's
22 and a half.
I gotta admit, man, I think hers is bigger.
It's a lot bigger.
Did you guys weigh them, or
y'all didn't weigh them?
Well, mine is like 7 pounds, but man, her damn fish was bigger. I mean, fatter.
Somebody gave me scales the day before, but I also skunked, and so I was like, I'm not taking those out. And I wasn't fishing Hobie, so I was just out fun fishing, and I just caught that 22 and a half. There was a sign from I'm just going to say the Lord, sorry. A sign from the Lord that told me where to cast. No, and I cast it there.
There was a damn sign on this island.
There was a sign.
That literally said,
the Lord?
It had a fucking arrow. It had an arrow. It said, drop down bait right here.
The Lord placed it.
No, wait. Hold on. Really? There was a sign?
Yes. But I never told anybody else that. So I was just trying to say there was a sign from God.
Wait.
I told my sister, but she doesn't fish.
Hold on.
And so I saw the sign,
that
and I was like,
what
the sign says. And it was
I'm
the
gonna
second
fish
cast
the shit
I
out
caught.
of that.
Alex, quit interrupting her and let her finish her damn story.
It's okay. I think my teacher voice is louder than his.
Well, no, it's not, because he's screaming into the microphone and all I hear is
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what the sign says.
I saw the sign.
No, I was thinking the Charlie Daniels
eyes and I saw the sign.
Stop.
Life is demanding without understanding.
Stop. That's how we get
Actually, I'm kind of glad that you sang on my episode, because I loved it whenever you sang This Little Light of Mine.
When did he do that?
I think it was the Alex Rudd episode.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go into a really, really, really busy bathroom, like at Disney World, I go to the urinal, I'll start singing, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." It's a good time. People are like, let me get on up out of here.
My total side note, my favorite, so I have a friend of mine, Rob, if you're listening, he actually listens. So Rob, if you're listening, you are my favorite for this.
He's one of 8.
Yep. So he has this bathroom habit where he'll go into, and he first did it, we were in Atlantic City. It's like 1:00 in the morning, packed. We are fully inebriated. And Rob walks up to the urinal, and I'm doing my business, and he walks up, and all I notice is some dude next to me drops his pants like he's an 8-year-old. And he drops them all the way down, underwear and all, and sits there with his hands on his hips. And I'm like, I don't realize it's him. Because I'm like, what is this weirdo doing? And he just, out of nowhere, goes, "Hey, nice unit." And I'm like, it was weird. And then I recognized that it was him. And then I realized he does that all the time when he used to drink like that. So he would go into a crowded bathroom, get in right in the middle of the urinals, drop his pants all the way, and sit there like Superman, and just be like, "Boys, you all are looking good."
Oh shit!
Is he also a Coast Guard?
He's not. He's
from New Jersey. He's
Oh.
from New Jersey. The damn New Jerseyans.
Yeah, he's a weird dude. I love Rob. Rob, shout out to you if you're listening. But I have brought that into the Coast Guard because I do it all the time. There's nothing better than when I roll up in Dutch Harbor, Alaska. There's all these fishermen, right? Everybody you see from Deadliest Catch, they're grizzled. They're a bunch of gnarly dudes. And then I roll up and I drop my pants just bare ass all the way through. And I'm like, "What's up, boys? You want to be sailors?"
Hey, what's funny is they really do think Alex is like an 8-year-old because he's about that tall.
There it is.
We're kind of short too, so it's okay.
Listen, I can't change my height, Paul, but you can change how fat you are by stop eating cheeseburgers. So
Whoa. See, he can pick on me about being fat, but I will outpedal his ass anywhere.
no, send it, bro. Send it. Anyways,
We'll
we
do it.
We're going to do it quick.
This man is still taking notes. I don't even know what for.
Somebody has to keep this show on track.
Thank you, Tori.
I kept it on track for months. We were only doing 2.5 to 3 hour episodes then too.
It's okay. It helped us get to Florida.
Tori, how did you
Stand
find
back.
out about this show?
Because I think you followed me first on TikTok, or you interacted with me a lot. And that's how I found out about it.
Was
TikTok
it the
is-
swamp rat?
It's because of you and your TikTok skills, not because of old Jabber Hammer here, even though he was the first voice I heard on the show.
Ask him who- ask him-
Northern friend.
Ask him who made the TikTok channel.
Well, I know now because you posted or you talked about it in one of the programs.
I made
No.
all the social media channels.
No, you didn't. You didn't make the TikTok. I did.
Well, but it was the Swamp Rat TikTok that first interacted with me.
And then
And that's where I saw the logo, and that's why I thought you were him, like at the Santee Cooper.
You were-
because
yeah,
I saw
you
that
were
logo,
part of
and I'm
the-
like, do I know that man down there? But
I
he
am-
also didn't look like he knew me, so that's why one of the reasons why I didn't get up. And you were sitting like across from Christine, and I didn't want to go talk to her because I'm not a fangirl.
So this is fucking.
Wait,
kayak
you don't
fishing.
like Christine?
Oh no, I don't have a problem with her, but I'm not going to be like, oh my goodness.
But look, hold up. This is kayak fishing, right? First of all, this is fishing. Now, look, damn, you go ask somebody who Tom Brady is, and let's take right now the most famous angler we have to this day right now, which is probably Jacob Wheeler. And you go ask Tom Brady and Jacob Wheeler, and I will guarantee you 95% of the people have no idea who the fuck Jacob Wheeler is.
I didn't know
Right.
until the other day when my husband told me.
Okay, so there we go. When you're fishing, so this is kayak fishing. As Alex Rudd likes to say, we are a niche within a niche within a niche. Like there's no reason why another angler can't go up to another angler and talk to them. It makes no fucking sense to me. And I do have a little bit of a different perspective on this because I've been around folks that played in the NFL and played Major League Sports. So I don't have, I don't get fanned out or anything typically. But there's no reason why you can't go up and just introduce yourself and talk to somebody, because I'll tell you this, the people I've talked to and met, they're just like everybody else. 99%
two
of them
things.
are just like everybody else.
One, you got there late.
I didn't get to practice. I had to go check out where I wanted to
No,
lunch.
you went and grilled a steak. We already heard about it.
No. I grilled the steak after. That was the next day.
I love that Tori has obviously listened to the show a lot and everything else, that she calls you out on every fucking thing. It's
We didn't
amazing.
grill steaks that night. We grilled steaks the next night.
I don't know. It sounded like you grilled them the first night. But
No. It
we'll
was
go
the
back,
next
listen
night.
to the Tennessee Boys episode.
I know,
Right,
it was
even
the
if you
next
didn't grill a
night.
steak, you still got there late.
I
Because I got
did.
there on time.
Somebody had to
Two,
work.
Like, I don't know this girl. And I don't want to be like, oh, hey. And 3, some other lady done come up and talk to Corey Racer sitting next to me, didn't say a word to me. And then she offers Corey a drink. Did I get a drink? No. So I was already a little salty and I didn't want to be there. I was tired. It was late. And everything that man was saying, oh, what's his name? AJ? Yeah. Everything AJ said at the little meeting, he already said on the Zoom or the Facebook Live or whatever the heck it was 2 nights before.
Okay, one, I'm very observant. As we've gotten into the second can of wine, the Southern accent has gotten thicker.
Yes, it has.
It's gotten real thick and way saltier, which
y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out.
So Ryan, you're from Charlotte, you said, right?
Yeah.
Where the hell are you from?
Well, all right. Technically, I was born in the great state of Florida.
Where did you grow up, though?
I grew up in Charlotte.
Okay.
But I worked at a grocery store for a long time, and then I worked at Starbucks, and I like to mimic people. So I go from sounding like either from the South or to the North or from the Midwest. Yeah. Like you should hear me say move. Like on one of my little videos, I'm like, I gotta move my fish finder.
So you're like Madonna when she went and lived in Britain for a while and got a British accent.
I mimic everybody, and so I don't know what I sound like anymore.
So you're the Madonna of the kayak fishing world.
Basically.
I talk
minus the fame.
Where I am. Well, you're about to be infamous after this episode.
Oh, I have, just to be clear, I have so many clips of Tori popping off. This is going to be the best. I have so many ticky-tacks from this. It's going to be glorious.
All right, have y'all seen the ticky-tacks here recently where it says in a relationship you have the one person that's boring as hell, and then you have the one person that's crazy, and like they say the boring as hell, and they focus in on whichever husband or wife. And how does okay?
We do a lot of swapping on that one.
So y'all
sometimes
both crazy
boring,
and bored.
Sometimes I'm crazy. Sometimes he's crazy, and sometimes I'm boring.
Yeah, we switch out.
It's an equal relationship. We want to keep it 50-50.
Y'all announced, look, the crazy's about to come out, so you need to go be boring so we don't have a fight. We can't have 2 crazies together now. It don't work.
Yeah, like one time, there's one days that I'm chilling, I'm relaxed, she's raising hell, but we've been fishing the dock before, and a guy came out and he's like, don't you fish my dock because you're gonna hit my boat. And I straight up had to cuss his ass out. And Tori's over there looking at me all crazy, and I'm like, I told him, I was like, you don't own this damn lake, and you don't own this damn water. So I just kept fishing his dock right there while he was pissed.
Did you hit his boat?
Huh?
Did you hit his boat?
No, and that's the thing. I did not.
That would have been my next motion. Dang!
Well, really, what I was wanting to do was I was wanting to scoop up all my dog's dog shit, and I was wanting to throw it up there on his.
Your dog shit's in the kayak?
I was gonna say I was gonna collect the bag and just throw it up there, just to leave him present. The next go around, I was gonna. But
locked in that Ryan keeps dog shit in his Hobie. That's what they're good for. Figure it out.
Well, look,
you might have to leave something for somebody.
If you ain't been to Catawba Chain, there's millions of docks. Millions.
Yeah.
So we heard what she does. How do you fish these docks?
You have to be prepared for the Kens and Karens.
Yeah, and they're there. They are.
All right, so how are you fishing those docks then? We understood that Tori just fishes fish that are wet, either shallow, medium, or deep. How do you fish the docks?
Well, I'm just gonna be honest. So not all docks are created equal.
But hold up, you have to be honest because you put all your shit. At least every fish you catch, we can watch.
Yeah,
like, you can't hide shit.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you can go look and see what I'm doing, but I mean, not all docks are created equal. I think, especially on Norman, there's days when they're on the docks with the post. There's days when the floating docks are more ideal. I mean, and then I'm looking for the shade, especially in the summertime. I'm looking for the shade, and I'm soaking that damn worm.
Yeah.
Or I'm banging my walking bait right up next to the dock. I want that thing bumping it.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree. And Paul lit me up right when he did a reaction video. And Paul, why haven't you done a reaction video of him?
Because they're good videos. And he's not going to do a reaction video where he can.
Oh my God!
Oh, trust me, he can probably find some crazy shit I'm doing because he's. I mean, I like watching the reaction videos.
But these reaction videos ain't all. They ain't. I mean, like I can poke fun at anybody, but they aren't all just dogging
fun at my husband.
Look, but she's on that second can of wine. She's like, I know. Pickle on my husband.
I like to fish docks, right? And because I fish a tidal fishery, right?
Yeah.
So I like fishing docks because it like changes their position every time that tide shifts, right? And then you still got to play the sun angle too. It usually works out. It did not this year in the one time I went fishing this year. But normally
I've been fishing once and docks suck.
No, what's crazy is they didn't work out this year. My fish were in a weird spot on that tidal deal, right? But normally, like I can, like high tide, they're going to be pushed like a little bit farther out, but still looking for shade. But they'll be a little like I love fishing docks. I fucking love fishing docks.
I don't have a dock in the 3 main lakes that I fish. The only docks there are the boat launches. Yep.
Sharon Harris, what you got? One dock? You got one dock on the upper end of Sharon Harris.
No, you got 2. You got both boat launches, and you don't want to fish around them because there's a damn bunch of people. But I don't know. I'm going out in the middle of the lake and chancing my life with the jet skiers and the wake boats and.
Well, I think this goes to this used to be a shotgun question, and it's not anymore. So, would you say both of you? Would you say you're more structure or cover oriented?
Cover.
Cover.
I do deep fishing too sometimes. I mean, I love drop shot, normal school. I'm still trying to learn. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm trying to learn all this shit. I mean, because I'm trying to. This whole shit about ledge fishing, I get out there and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right?
I roll up on a ledge and I'm looking at that shit. I'm trying to figure out the sweet spot on a ledge and I'm dragging some shit on it and I'm like, man, fuck this.
Bo, I have a small snapshot of the Queen City guys. But the only thing I imagine when y'all have a tournament is like you're racing to get to the best docks. I know that's not completely true. I only have a snapshot of the YouTube videos that people put out in a tournament. But all the Queen City guys, the only thing I imagine is that everybody gets to the dock. Y'all know everybody. Everybody's like, he's going here, he's going there. Shit, I got to beat this one there. And so you're all racing to docks. That's like my outside view of what y'all are doing.
Well, now you know what the club's like.
Well, brush. Now I do love fishing brush piles too. I love throwing a topwater on top of a brush pile, like in 15 feet of water.
That's still cover, right?
Yeah, but it's different. Like, because I know there's certain times a year where that dock won't be worth a damn, but that brush pile about 50 yards from that dock, it'll hold all the fish, you know? And I always start out with like a top water on top, and then I'll do a swim bait, and then I'll start throwing in a little shaky head in there, you know.
I fucking hate fishing structure. I've tried it multiple times. I bought like the full fucking Garmin rig for the boat. I never fucking rig it up. I don't ever run a fish finder. Fuck it. I'll figure it out. Like, I fish cover. I like to see you know what I mean? What I'm fishing, basically.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Tori?
I mean, man, I have a hook 2.5. I mean, all these other dudes, these other dudes in Queen City's got this fucking pan optics and all this other shit.
Tori's got a pan optics. Homeboy's got a hook 2.5.
Hey,
it's black and white. It's black and white.
I got a hook 2.5, and I'm still in the top 20 in the AOI. So,
Hey,
He did make it
so
to TOC 2 years in a row
on
with
a,
the
fucking,
same fish
on a fucking
finder.
hook
Yeah.
2.5.
and for people that don't know, and we've had some guys from Queen City. I've talked about Queen City. Queen City is a local club, right? They average. I think I talked to Vinny the other day. I think he said they're averaging about 130 people a tournament right now in a local club. They're averaging more than some of your biggest national and regional tournaments, 130. So for him to say that he's in the top 20 right now, like this ain't top 20 out of 30 people or 40 people. It's top 20 out of 130 average. That's insane. It's a huge club. People don't know that. They hear a local club, they just don't see that. But y'all, and I guess we can talk about that too. The level of anglers that y'all get to fish with and learn from and talk to and be around. That's why y'all's folks that fish national trails are competitive.
Yeah.
Y'all
There's several of them up on the Susky right now. And
yeah, I saw Benny post a picture of big old 20.
My pocket's not thick enough to do that. I can't do all that shit. I like to do one Hobie tournament a year, and I just stick with Queen City because I can't do all this other crazy stuff. Like,
yeah, that's a lot of money to take a day travel.
And hell yeah,
and it's got to be for $2 because
Yeah.
Tori's going to be in tow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done all the events this year.
Yeah.
Nice.
6
Where
Queen
are
City
you-
tournaments this year.
Where are you standing in AOI, Tori?
Pretty low, but I'm a baby angler, so I think it's
your first
okay.
year. Yeah.
I think I was at like 50 or I don't. It's pretty bad, but
bad.
it's my first year competing. I'm a baby.
That's the top. That's the top half.
I'm doing better than at least some people.
I push her a lot. I think I push her too much.
He's what is it, Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he does have Mr. Miyagi's hair, kind of.
Wax on, wax off.
I don't. Having listened to Tori talk and some of her competitive side coming out, I don't think you can push her too much. I think you're not pushing her enough. Look, I think that she's soaking up everything, and probably next year your ass gonna be battling her for a TOC spot.
Well, I've been battling her on this damn monthly. She was beating my ass a week ago.
And then he took my fish.
And then
oh shit! So he followed you up.
No, he let me choose which side I wanted. I chose the
So
wrong
that
side.
whole TikTok was actually about him. He wanted to know where you were catching that fish from.
This is Richard.
Richard May. We take that back. It wasn't your fault.
He's my ride. He'll always know where I'm fishing.
But yeah, Queen Cities, man. There's the competitive. I mean, it's very competitive. I mean, you got to earn it out there, and I have a lot of fun competing. I know a lot of people can't handle it. I mean, it's tough, and a lot of my buddies, they're like, it's just so damn hard to how competitive it is. But you just got to keep learning. I mean, you're either gonna enjoy tournament fishing or you're not, and you're just gonna fun fish, and you got to choose one or the other.
Yeah, and that's how Alex and I are. Like I want to fish to compete. And I got into the kayak side because none of the boat tournaments around here, the good clubs didn't accept co-anglers. And I had done the back of the boat fishing in a club before, and it really, I enjoyed the fishing part of it, but you're a disadvantage. And the club I was in at the time, it's the early 2000s, I was competing against everybody. I was, matter of fact, one of 2 non-boaters. So I had met a guy in this story. I've told this story before. I met a guy with a kayak, and they learned that, oh shit, what just happened? Oh, Alex is drinking his drink with 2 hands out of a styrofoam cup. But I got into the kayak side. I wanted to fish to compete, and the kayak side was how I could compete. I mean, that's my mentality. I go into every damn tournament saying I'm fishing just to win it. I ain't won shit yet, but you know what? It don't bother. It bothers me when I don't do good or I don't win, but it doesn't make me want to quit. And I might get back to the ramp and like put a for sale sign on all my shit, but I'm just joking.
I've seen plenty of those texts where he's like, fishing's bullshit. The podcast is shifting to cooking shitty chicken.
But the point I was trying to make is that's where Alex and I come into when we talk about fishing. He's coming from the enjoyment side, the being out in nature, the laid back. I don't care what I catch. I just want the tug. And then
look at Tori shaking her head.
Yeah. On the other hand, Tori just likes to tug too.
Hold on, say that again.
She's crunked now. So.
Well, I mean, she said it was her only can, and now I'm pretty sure 3/4 of the way through a second. But the other side, I mean, when I go, I don't fun fish. I go out. When I go fishing, it's not tournament day. I'm working on something. I'm trying to figure something out. Like I don't want to just go around and fart around and spin circles around each other and talk and learn about you and this and that. I don't want to fucking do that shit.
No.
I've got 2 kids and a wife that lets me go fish almost every Saturday and Sunday. I ain't wasting that time to go fart around and spin in circles and look at somebody else on a kayak. Hell no, I ain't got time for that shit.
No. He also has 2 kids and a wife. And the wife lets him go fishing as long as she can go.
Yeah, she lets me.
Is she okay with? Is she okay with you fishing with him?
Sometimes.
Side joke. I mean, again, exactly what he said. I don't do the tournament thing. Maybe my plan is to actually get into it once I retire. I'm going to leave the military. The competition is gone at that point, right? So I might want some, but what Paul described, like the farting around, I fucking love that shit. I love farting around in the boat.
I don't want to see anybody while I'm fishing. I don't want to look at you. I don't want you to look at me. I want to be alone.
She runs me off.
I don't and we have a really nice friend who likes to watch me fish, and I don't want him near me.
Ryan, she runs you off because she's finding fish that's going to whoop your ass in the future, and she don't want you to know when, where, or how.
But this is also coming from the person that bought a Hobie to take nature photos. So I don't know how much you can.
That person's dead now.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, non-competitive Tori.
What we heard was taking pictures of nature is fucking dumb.
Taking pictures of bass is great.
And you got to catch them to take a picture of them because half of us can't see them in the water because a third of men are colorblind.
My goal though is like she's a finesse fisherman. Really, I'm trying to crank it up. I want to put a walking bait in her hand, a buzz bait, and that's my next goal. I'm just I'm kind of waiting for the right time.
Yeah. Wait, when she catches that first buzz bait fish, she'll probably won't take nothing else.
Yeah.
He's waiting till the monthly's over.
Yeah.
Where he can get first place.
That's right. So do y'all combine those winnings into a joint account, or is your winnings?
We got separate money.
Yeah.
You got to keep it separate. Separate people.
All right, Amandy, do you hear this? We got to keep separate money, sweetheart. So Tori said it.
But you're going to have to buy her. You're going to have to buy her a Hobie and start fishing tournaments for that to happen.
She's already got.
No, I'm going to buy her an old.
We're talking about Alex's wife.
My wife.
The crappie killer.
So yeah, crappie killer. Oh, you saw that, yeah. So what's really funny though is after that whole video,
I'll be right back.
when we got done, right?
You gotta go tinkle. Cool.
She did the whole thing on the big tidal river, sitting on that ascent, and she done it on lakes like every year we've done before that. But after that one, because it was super windy, she was like, "Yo, I get why you like pedals." Like she still hasn't even been in one, and she figured it out. She's like, "Yo, pedals." She's like, "Maybe we buy us one," and I was like, 100%. I
Yes.
will absolutely love to fish with her.
I tried paddling once on the intercoastal here in North
Yeah.
Carolina, and
It
I
sucks.
didn't think I was going to come back. I thought I was going to just kind of live at sea for the rest of my life. I made it back.
It's a whole game changer, right? Once you get that, I mean, it honestly, as long as you can afford it, right? Like, if you can't afford it, I totally get it, and buy whatever you can to get.
Just borrow
off the
from your
bank.
401k.
No. Again, Bass and Brews is going to tell you don't borrow from that 401k. Awful idea.
I don't
Hey,
even think I have a 401k anymore. That was before I taught. Now I've got some kind of
she bought a Hobie.
pension.
That 401k
gone.
was closed when she bought that Hobie.
I love
Hey,
it.
Alex, it sounds like you and Amanda are buying a tandem Hobie.
I
to
think
pedal
they are actually. So that way
Yeah.
she can go out there and get some crappies and they can have a nice little fish fry.
Nope. It'll be Old Town only. But
But
you
they
didn't
don't
want
make
to
a
talk about
tandem.
this. We don't.
Anyway.
She wants to be in her own boat. At one
Good
point
for her.
in that video, like I didn't show it, and I probably should have put that in there. And I'm almost thinking about doing a video, like outtakes. There was one point where like I moved up because she didn't have a camera on her boat, right? So everything was recorded off mine. So I was getting close, and she kept looking over. She goes, "Motherfucker, move! You're scaring the fucking fish." And I was like, "No, I'm good." And she goes, "I don't give a shit. I haven't caught shit. Like you're scaring the fish." And I'm like, "I gotta get my content." But yeah. She'll be rigged up next time. I think. Like I can't wait. I can't wait.
So is
I
that
hope
going to be your birthday present for next year? A nice Hobie?
I hope so.
No,
yeah.
Alex.
No, not a
Alex.
Hobie.
Actually, you could get her one of the new passports that they just released at ICAST because
Yeah,
they're a
we
lot
would.
nicer than the old passports that looked like
We
junk.
would like to do that, but we like reliable boats, so we go with Old Town.
So Alex is going to retire and give his boat to Amanda and buy him
Yeah,
a brand
probably.
new one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that'll be the move.
No, wives
take
do
the
not
top
want
one.
hand-me-downs. Like, eventually, I'll get a new fish finder, and then my husband will have me a nice fish finder.
She wants Panoptics, but she don't know how to use that shit.
Well, you can't
What do you
learn how to
need?
use it until you have it.
What do
You
you
have
need
to buy it to
Panoptics
learn how
for
to
Ned
use it.
rig fishing?
401k.
You don't need. The way I look at it, you don't need it, man. I think it's over. In my opinion, I think it's overrated.
Have you
and
used it? Have you used it?
No, he's
No.
got a hook.
I got a hook
whatever
2.5,
from 1994.
and I got a little buoy that I throw out if I find a brush
Right.
pile.
Hey,
My
I still use the buoy system too. Now I got a 73 UHD SD UHD Garmin.
Yeah.
Like it ain't nothing special. But I have a couple buddies that have live scope. And that shit is something else, man. I mean, it is I have run the trolling motor with it on there, and it is. Do you need it? Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe. But
In
somebody
3
once
years.
said on
In
y'all's
3
show,
years.
you can't fish and catch them where there ain't no fish. And
That's
that's
right.
why the live scope is worth the money. Because
So,
it's a
yeah.
time thing. And that's why
Yes,
I
it
want
is. It's efficiency. So you can roll up to that brush pile, throw the live scope down, and you can see where those fish are sitting, if there's fish there. And obviously, with his hook 2.5, he can't scan over that shit and see the difference between a fish. And I mean, it's just a big blob. So, you got to have good enough technology on your boat to be able to side scan and down image to see that. But see, that's the thing is you can take that live scope and drop it down on that brush pile. Are there fish there? Yes. Let's fish for those fish. You spend 10, 15 minutes throwing some lures down there. How are those fish reacting? If they're not reacting in a way that they're going to bite, you take your ass on to the next brush pile. And so instead of fishing this brush pile for an hour, you fished it for 10 or 15 minutes. Now in a kayak, you might spend a little more time fishing for those fish because we can't go to the next brush pile a mile away in a reasonable amount of time. So you might, but knowing that there's fish there is have to battle because all right, these fish are here. What time of day is it? if you practice, when the bite window be in, maybe I can pick one off. I mean, there's so many little intricacies that go into it, but just knowing that the fish are there and active is the biggest thing with that. I think it's unbelievably great technology, and you hear it more now. So it's more and more average and subpar, and Joe Blow anglers get it. They say that I spend more time. I turn that shit off. I got on my boat, I don't ever turn it on, or this and that. They don't learn it. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is learning how to use it as a tool. And it ain't the end all be all of fishing. It's just another tool. Does it make it easier? I think so. Man. But no, it 100% does, because you can go down there and see there's a live fucking animal on the screen. You're not seeing that on other stuff. So it makes it easier. Do I spend time here or not is what it comes down to. Now, when you get that shit dialed in, like the pros and some of these other people, now you have an edge up on the competition.
Yeah.
But how many people are going to spend the time to dial it in to be able to look at a fish, not even throw a lure in there and say they ain't ready to bite? Like that's these people that fish 7 days a week that can do that. They're the ones that put that time in. Us, we get to fish 1-2 days a week. We're going to spend a little bit extra time. But from the kayak gang, this is my thing with the kayak. You if you know there's fish on that brush pile, you can spend more time there instead of spending. This is a whole different conversation, but it is a useful piece of the damn technology for sure.
But we'll see. Maybe I'll have one within the next year or so. We'll see what that 401k still has.
Yeah, you got to build that 401k back up.
No.
Well, as a teacher, it's a 403b.
I know, but I used to work at Starbucks, so I got a 401k then.
Oh shit! So you sold coffee beans for that thing then?
Yeah.
Connection to the Amandy. She was a barista and the shift supervisor. God, how long did she work there? 10 years?
What was her number? Do you know what her number was?
I don't, but I will get it back to you.
I was a 132.
Alex, I cannot believe
you know what
you
it
don't
means.
know.
If you tell her that I was a 132.
Alex, I cannot believe you don't know what your wife's Starbucks number was. That's shitty. That is fucking shitty.
I really struggle with her.
No, hey, I didn't know hers. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
But when you go into a Starbucks, you're like, number 132, and be like, oh, your coffee's free, sir.
I just always, I always like the free, because I like my coffee black. So I always liked my coffee, my free coffee. But I mean,
I'm going to start going in the stores and being like, hey, my number's 132.
Yeah. They're not going to give you nothing with just those numbers.
No.
Hey,
all right,
give me
don't
the
go to
digits.
Starbucks. Just go somewhere else. Go home.
I do pour-overs every morning. Alex, shut up. We're talking about coffee. I do a pour-over every morning. That's how I make my coffee. I'm a coffee snob.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I got almost every way to make coffee that I know of in my house except for a drip coffee maker. But my favorite coffee in the world is Turkish coffee.
I love my Cuisinart. I would not trade my Cuisinart for nothing. I love my Bold Auto. It brews whenever he wakes up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I drink what's left. We have a French press. We also have a pour over, but the pour over we only take out for camping.
Yeah, when we camp, we use that.
Oh, so y'all can't bougie as fuck, man.
No, hell no.
Obviously, they have hope.
When we camp, we have a 38-foot fifth wheel, 4 air conditioners, 2 full showers.
We got a 4-man tent.
We have a 4-person tent, and we're sleeping on the ground. We only have a
no, we got an air mattress. Come on now.
Look, I don't know how old y'all are, but yeah, there's some point when you go camping, you take something that is air between you and the ground.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when you wake up, you ain't good for shit the next morning.
We need a better air mattress. We'll get one eventually. We were supposed to camp this weekend, but then we canceled because of rain and the month-long tournament.
Yeah, we were going to camp at New River, the New River State Park.
Is that somewhere on the Catawba chain? Apparently not, because they gave the damn name of the body.
Yo, that chain has gotten so much press on this episode. I'll tell you that much.
Alex, it's don't even start.
The cassava chain's really good. You'll love it. Just come on down to North Carolina.
I tried to get him to move down. He won't do it. They want to stay in New Jersey.
I can't move down. No, I'm going to stay in New Jersey. But we are planning an epic trip at some point.
But we live like 4 hours away from Paul, so
No,
you're
we
gonna have to
don't.
take a drive.
What part of Charlotte are y'all in?
We're in Indian Trail.
We're in fucking Charlotte.
We're not in Charlotte.
Monroe.
We live in Indian Trail.
That
There's only one
shit is
trail.
2 hours and 51 minutes from my house. I know exactly where Indian Trail is. You actually live Indian Trail. You live with one of my former football coaches.
Who?
Lives up in Indian. Jeff Carr.
I don't know him.
You wouldn't. He's a financial advisor, and he would advise you not to steal from your 401k to buy a Hobie.
And also not a real football coach if he worked with Paul, because Paul was just a punter.
Wait, weren't you a punter? Yeah, you just kicked.
All right. So I was an All-American linebacker on the scout team too. Y'all won't get it. Y'all won't get it. Y'all didn't play sports.
We're not football people.
Well, and Alex was too short to do anything athletic, so he definitely wouldn't get any athletic connotation.
But if we ever need somebody to kick something for us, we'll give you a call.
Oh, no. I'm too old to be fucking kicking shit anymore. Okay. I left those years ago. Alex.
We're at the point.
No, how tall are you? How tall are you?
It doesn't matter. We're at the point now.
No, hold up. I got a
Tori.
question. No. What are you going to ask Tori?
It's shotgun round time, buddy.
No, it's not, because I want to ask.
No, because I think that you should ask my husband the shotgun round questions first.
Say it 18 times really fast.
So hold on. Listen,
But no, I got a YouTube question for Alex. I mean for Ryan. Fuck Alex. His YouTube sucks. I got one for Ryan.
This is Ryan.
Yes, I know. I feel like I drank two cans of lemon alcohol wine. Ryan, real quick before Alex tries to shut this shit down for early for some reason. I mean, he ain't got to work tomorrow. I don't know what his problem is.
He's worried you're going to sing this little light of mine.
Well, I might take you in there too.
Stop.
Alex, not
we
y'all.
can do that in the after show.
So Ryan, with your YouTube stuff, all right, I've got tons of content. Had problems getting it from the camera, from the cloud to the computer, all this bullshit. How long does it take you to do a video?
What's
your videos aren't super long, right? They're usually like 20 minutes or so.
No. I never do. To me, in my opinion, a 20-minute video is going to get less views because nobody wants to. A podcast like this is different. Nobody wants to watch you pedal your ass from dock to dock and fucking pick around a dock. So
okay, good.
I kind of stay around that 10 to 15-minute range always.
All right. So how are you record? What is your recording process? What are you using to edit your videos? And to create that 10 to 15-minute video, you have to have something in your mind of what you want that video to look like. How do you create that and then post it? What does that process look like?
Okay, well, I'm gonna start off by what I use. I use a couple GoPros.
Start in 1995 when you learned how to record your favorite TV show on the VHS. Because Alex, for some reason, is getting antsy, so I want to make this at least a 30-minute question.
Okay, so I run about 2 or 3 GoPros. Nothing special. 7.
Hold the fuck up now. 3 GoPros is special as fuck. That is a lot of GoPros.
Not really.
You are rich. Only rich people got 3 GoPros.
We just have 401ks to borrow from.
Not me.
Well, not anymore. You got Hobies and 18 GoPros on your kayak.
No, look, okay. I really run 2, but I have a backup one I don't even use. I may end up putting it on her damn boat. But That way
She
you can
needs
see her
one.
shit.
Yeah, she needs one.
So
She
I
just
wanna
needs
hear-
it vertically.
I want to hear the language that comes out her mouth when she
Oh.
misses a fish.
It's not good. I used to
Yes.
not cuss at all because I am a teacher. And I didn't cuss for like probably 10 years until I went fishing.
When she catches a fish and it's hung up on some shit, all I hear is F-bomb this and F-bomb that.
So we got to get. You need to throw that on there and make her videos. All right, go back to the question for
Okay,
Alex
so-
and the aneurysm.
I think it's ideal. I think it's ideal with like a smaller channel is to kind of keep it in that 8 to 15 minute range because you want people to watch it. But I like to get a morning, I like to start off with my intro, whatever that is. Sometimes you got to remember to do this shit. And then you have to start catching fish. And I do like to show my lure sometimes, but most people know what the hell I'm throwing anyways. People reach out to me sometimes and I tell them what I'm throwing, and I know a lot of people like that type of stuff, want to know exactly, because I know a buy, he will tell you, I'm throwing this Ozark Trail damn black and red damn crawl. And I mean, that's cool. People like that.
But then he drops it like the whole rod in the water, so it's gone.
He loses his jacket that gets held for ransom.
That shit's crazy. So I mean, back to
Look,
what I was talking about.
We tried to put that guy on blast, and he wouldn't do it either.
No, I was so
Asshole.
disappointed.
Yeah.
So I mean, what I do, I get my clips on whatever type of day I got. I mean, there's some days that I just suck. I mean, there's some days it don't work out. And if it's not good enough to post, I'm not going to do nothing. But if it's a pretty decent video, I'm going to put it out. And I transfer my SD cards to my Mac. And
Time out. How? Tell me how, because that's what the fuck I've been trying to do. I can't get that shit. I had to buy an external hard drive because when I try to take them out and put them in, it zips them. And then when I try to unzip them, I get like an error 9 message.
Okay, so
all right, we can talk about that later. That's a technical question that I'm sure people at this point don't want to fucking hear. So
no, that's green room.
Reach out to him. He will help you.
So I have issues with space. I'm constantly battling. Like I'm telling her, I'm like, what the hell is on this computer that's taking all this space up? So I can't keep all these clips.
It's always porn.
Yeah. So I'm constantly having to like remove some shit to get new shit on there. And I save it. I put it, I put my clips together, but it's nothing really too complicated.
Do you use the iMovie?
I use iMovie.
I did, and then I've got somebody that gave me their login to Premiere Pro, so that's what I made the last one on.
To me, iMovie is the easiest one to use because
it's very easy. Yes,
and I'm not that smart, so I need some easy shit.
But that shit don't work if you can't get the fucking video clips into iMovie, and that's the problem. I
will say iMovie's gonna limit you on going to the next level, right?
Yeah.
On some of your stuff. So, and I understand Premiere is super expensive, and I made a post a long time ago about this, right? Almost like 3 months ago. I shifted from Premiere to Luma Fusion, which they have iPhone, iPad, Mac apps, right? And it's a straight $30 fee. Because the problem with Premiere is that you pay like $30 a month for that shit, right? It's insane.
Hold up. Tori is a teacher, so I'm using my mama's Premiere. And so, Tori, you can get the whole Adobe suite for like pennies on the dollar for being an educator.
Correct.
I don't know.
No, you can. But I would say Luma's the way to go. And within the next 2 weeks, they're actually releasing multi-cam automatic sync functionality.
Luma?
Luma Fusion is the name of the program. Yeah. So I would strongly look at that, especially if you're using different camera views, because the big thing on them is you have to like do the clap thing right now to sync your videos, right? This is going to take care of that. Where I mean, you might have to still clap but it's going to be like Premiere, where you throw you throw the shit in there, and it's all just going to line up. You'll be good. But it's only $30 one-time fee. That's it. $30 to buy that thing. iPad, iPhone, Mac, depending on what you work on. If you're on Windows, I don't think they're on Windows. So folks are kind of
peasants and commoners are on Windows.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
And Old Town.
So like I literally run my whole editing studio now off an iPad. I do everything off an iPad. I stopped using the desktop. They just made it easier. But there's an option for that.
I'll have to look into it because I know what you mean. Like iMovie is.
It's basic.
See, another thing about my videos.
Well, you have Final Cut Pro though. You could go to Final Cut Pro for free, and that's got a lot of that in it.
But iMovie is basic, but it is easy, and that's what he's saying. It's there's not a lot of bells and whistles and shit. I mean, it is easy.
I like my stuff to be kind of raw too. Like I don't want it to. I don't need no special shit going on. I mean, I like just to show my morning and just all the just how it's going. I don't like to. How can I explain this? I don't need.
Hey, that's the other question I had. What's the story, right? When you sit down to edit and make a video, you have a storyboard. You have a story that you want to tell with that. What are you doing this with?
You ain't got no story.
Look, this man.
No, that's fine.
You over there making 7-second Tic Tacs. You don't know about a 15-minute fishing video. You don't interject here.
It's a 7-second story.
This is Mr. Brenneman's question. If we want to know how to make a 7-second video, we'd have asked you that. We done talked about your 7-second videos. We want something that smart people make, like 15-minute videos.
I invest a decent amount of time, but I am pretty quick with it. I know she talks shit and says about how slow I was, but I'm trying to win this contest.
I told her that shit was rude as hell.
Listen,
when she said that, I'm like, that's rude as hell.
All right, so
he had it coming. Do you know how many times he sits down and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna work on this video for like 3 minutes whenever I'm cleaning the house," and then like 5 hours later, the house is clean and he's still on the couch working on the video.
I got it.
Well, I mean, he probably was drinking cans of wine.
I would say moving. So iVideo total. Like I know we're having a good time, but iVideo is very whatever. iMovie is very basic, but it's actually restrictive because you can only do certain things to increase your workflow. So I would say move to Final Cut Pro is free if you're a Mac user, right? So move to that because that'll speed up you being able to do cuts. It just makes it way easier.
Yeah.
Like going to a legitimate software actually, I know at first you've been doing it a long time on video or movie, whatever the fuck it is, right? But I would say moving to a legitimate one, once you learn it, will make it faster.
Yeah.
Like when I actually fished and could make movies, it would only take me like 3 hours to cut like a 8-hour day.
Yeah.
Bo.
Yeah.
This
you can
last
cut them
video,
quick.
this last video I put out, it took me 40 minutes to make that video and put it out.
Yeah, but he has standards. Obviously, you don't.
But I tell people that I said it in the damn fucking video. I said this is probably shit, and if you watch it, thanks for watching it. But I don't care. This is what's going to happen.
And honestly, if it's something we can talk about afterwards, like me and you will talk about this. Like we'll figure out. I'm pretty good with figuring out workflow to make
we've already done this. I'm sending you the 45 to 55 gigs.
Not talking about you, Paul. Nope, I'm talking about people I actually care about, which is not.
Whoa! Oh my god! You know what? You know what? When you're gone, I'm not mentioning your name.
You will. You love me.
No.
Speaking about this, though, okay, so let's get to it.
Hey, quit hollering into the mic, man! I got the tinnitus. My ears been ringing for the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
And
Tori
you're
knows
so
what's gonna
choppy on
happen.
video. I'm sorry, anybody watching on video, I can tell Alex is
Oh
getting
my
irritated.
God.
He is so choppy right now. Look, he literally sounds like my wife sighing. Oh my God, you're not doing this again.
All right. Before we get to this, because Tori is a giant fan, she knows that we've ended careers at this point, right? So I want to make sure you guys have an opportunity before we get to this to shout out whoever you'd like to shout out. But then we're going to get into the shotgun round.
I'll let you go first.
No, I want to let you go first.
Yeah.
No. Yo, shout out your sponsors or people you want to thank or
We ain't got no
sponsors you want to have.
sponsors.
But okay, well, I mean, usually people shout out,
That's
thank
fine.
you to my husband for letting me.
Oh
do
no,
this,
I have a
thank
lot
you
of
to-
people to thank. I have like a long list. It's just invisible.
Let's hear it.
Now
Let's
is
hear
the
yours
time.
first.
Okay, here's my list. First of all, I want to thank my husband because without him, I would not be an angler. He is my boat guy. I don't have to pull my boat off the trailer or put it back on. I do have to set up everything else, unlike Amandy, who gets to sit in the car. So we're step up the game. Because my husband would not let that fly. But yeah, he's taught me a lot. I want to shout out my friend Jackie Hughes from Risen Sun Custom Lures. I'm technically on his pro staff. But he's like my biggest supporter, like my biggest cheerleader. Like he's always rooting for me. If there's something that I want, like he's gonna get it for me. He got me a Whopper Plopper last year to give to a teacher that wasn't me. It was my kid's teacher who also fished.
You know the importance of
Shout out
giving
to
teachers
Jackie
presents.
Hughes because he's amazing. I love that guy, even though
And
I don't
what was
want him
that
around
company?
me whenever I fish
What
because
was
I
that
want to fish
company?
alone.
What company was he with?
Risen Sun Custom Lures. He's the
Risen
best
Is that
bait
local?
painter. Yeah, he's local.
He paints custom crankbaits.
Yeah.
Does a great job.
Sweet.
And he can even put your little logo on it. So if y'all ask him, he could do your little Bass and Brews.
Well, if he looked at our fucking logo and did it, it would be the logo that Alex still has not fixed on the intro and outro where you can't see half the fucking logo. So anyway.
Well, it's okay because we all know that it's the skeleton drinking beer in the cooler or the bathtub.
That's my
or
girl.
whatever
That's
it
my
is.
girl.
And then I want to shout out my dear friend Vinny, the commish, as he likes to call himself, from Queen City, kayak bass fishing. I told him the other day that he was the goat. He might be a goat or the goat. We don't really know if he's a goat or the goat, but he's a good guy. And he's just, he's put on a great trail, and I love the trail. And I love the club, and I love that there's so much integrity with the club. I don't have to worry about nothing weird going on. And not lastly, because also I want to thank me. I want to thank me for putting in the hard work. For going out whenever it's like 95 degrees and sweating so bad where like I'm just like gross. I want to thank me.
This is
Don't worry,
the
it gets
first.
better.
This
I
is
got
the
one
first.
more set of people to
Okay,
thank.
okay.
Hold on. We've never had anybody.
No,
fucking
let her
self.
finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
Lastly, I want to thank all of the female anglers out there, especially those who are fishing off of kayaks that are wearing clothes like anglers wear. You can't see their little bits hanging out nowhere. They're wearing their clothes. They're holding up their fish that they actually caught. I want to thank them for putting in the work and standing for the rest of us. If you're wearing a bikini and you're holding a fish that you did not catch, you're not on this list.
But what if I wore a bikini? And
You're not a female angler unless you got a secret you haven't told us.
Well, I mean, I have gained enough weight that my boobies are like cup A sizes right now.
You're not a female angler.
But this is the first time somebody has thanked themselves on this bike. Like when you say holler out the people you want to thank, your sponsors, blah, blah, blah. This, this and that. It's all the shit that you said until you got to the point that I want to thank myself.
Oh, that's getting cut. That's getting cut into a TikTok for sure. All right.
Look,
All right, so
before she
Ryan,
even started, she looked at Ryan and said, "She ain't got no sponsors. I got a
got
whole
nothing.
list." So,
got a
Ryan,
list.
who do you want to thank? You have to thank something.
Well,
At
first
least
off,
thank
I want
yourself.
to thank y'all for having us on there. Obviously,
Ah, thank
you know, that's awesome. I enjoy y'all's podcast. I really do. It gets me through the day at work. It keeps me from choking somebody out at work.
Hey, what the hell do you do? Because we
So,
know.
I go.
You
I
talk
work.
shit about work here a lot on this podcast about you don't have time to do nothing but work. So what do you do?
So, I work for a Ford dealership, but I hate a damn Ford. I hate a Ford. So,
so did you hear my story when we first started this podcast?
Yeah.
Can you get me a new key fob for my 2013 F-150?
Possibly, but think about it. I'm in Indian Trail. You're in 3 fucking hours away.
Bo, there's something called the United States Postal Service.
It's possible. Actually, it's possible I could do that for you. I'll get up with you.
Okay.
All right.
Tori's saying no in the background. I don't know who to believe.
It ain't nothing but it ain't. We
All
probably have this shit in stock, but
Yeah.
okay. So I basically help manage $1 million inventory. So
Good for you. Yeah.
I'm not a manager. I'm basically like an Indian that puts his hands on the inventory that helps.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what I do.
You make the manager look good.
Yeah, and he sucks. Yeah.
But he looks
we're gonna
good.
cut that one. We're gonna cut that one too.
All right. So who do you want to thank?
I mean, a big shout out, for Biz Baits for giving me. I'm on their pro staff or discount staff or whatever you want to. Promo staff. It's called.
It's a promo
staff.
And do not look. Do not be all. Look, if you get a fucking discount on a bait, you do it.
Yeah.
If you do it good enough, and they start seeing all these, whatever your bait code is, make sure you shout it out. They start seeing all this stuff. Like, this guy might be worth doing something else for. So, look, promo staff. People talk a lot of shit about that, and I get it.
It's you. You're the one that talks a lot of it.
No, not at all. What I say is you're not a pro staff. You're a promo staff. There's a big difference.
I agree with that.
Well, maybe they'll hear this and finally give me a T-shirt.
I do not want any. Look, be on promo staffs. Get your 10, 15, 5, whatever the hell discount. Do that shit because they give you that discount to track how well you do. Not only that, if you use their lures and you believe in them and you get 15% out, fucking fishing ain't cheap at all, especially soft plastics. Yeah. Do that shit. But
he brings a lot more value. Like, he is like, look at his YouTube channel. He's always talking about the biz baits even before he was on their little pro staff. And I think that he is not fairly compensated.
Let's don't go into this. It is what it is.
All right. We'll say
that's a conversation for something else. All right. Damn. Ryan. We done fucked Ryan's thank yous up so bad.
Yeah,
all right, finish it up.
They done threw a wrench in my
not. Tori fucked that up.
I'm standing up for my husband.
Right. Make sure you thank Tori because she thanked herself, and if you don't thank her, after she thanked herself,
I gotta do that.
Look, she's gonna drill holes in your hobie. That's all I got to say.
So, I just want to thank y'all first off for, like I said, having me on there for the show. I want to just thank my buddies, my friends that I fish with close. It's cool to kind of watch them grow as anglers. I know people don't say that, but I think it's cool.
I dig that, man.
Vinny
That's a
with
fucking
the trail.
solid.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching my friends kind of grow as anglers. Like, it's always fun to be hearing about my buddies doing good in a tournament or catching these fish and learning and growing as an angler. So I really enjoy that. Vinny, what are you looking at?
Your hat.
Oh, True South.
There you go.
They were merged with his baits. Bought out, merged.
Oh yeah, I want to.
Hey,
Funny.
gave it clear.
Because it's now part of his base.
Yeah.
Part of his base.
And shout out to Vinny running a great trail. I really enjoy Queen City, and I've been fishing the Foothills Kayak Anglers Trail too, so they're cool too. And I'm just blessed to be able to get out and enjoy the sport.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, I hope you whoop Tori's ass in this monthly. I hope she comes in second or lower.
You know what? This is why Alex is everybody's favorite.
Oh, I'm about to say, I'm on Team TikTok. I hope Tori wins.
Hey, here's the whole thing about Alex, though. We had a whole contingent of listeners who had no idea who the fuck Alex was.
But who interacted with me before Bass and Brews TikTok?
But that's what I'm saying, though. But we had listeners of this podcast that came on board while he was gone who only knew me. And when Alex came back, I got messages like, who the fuck's this guy? I was like, dude,
I
he's
just
the one
thought
that started
you
the
were
podcast.
him.
Huh?
I just thought you were him.
I'm not that short. I am not that short.
And I'm not that fat. All right. We went through the sponsorship. We did that, right? Now let's get to the nitty fucking gritty, right? This is the shotgun round.
I have my own shotgun questions.
Oh Lord.
Shit. All right, girl. What do you got?
All right. It's only like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Is this for me and Paul?
Yes. For
2
you.
or 3. Did you just shoot us
Hey,
the bird?
Paul, watch it. I'll find out where you live.
You watch it.
All right. What do you got? What do you got?
Okay.
Let's get the. I absolutely love this. A guest giving us the shotgun. That's never been done. I dig it.
No,
First
it has.
question.
We've had a couple, but go ahead.
If you had to choose one, would you?
Me,
choose?
not Alex.
Both of you.
Oh no, I would choose me,
answer
not
separately.
Alex.
Would you choose a power pole, or would you choose the live scope?
Live scope.
Power pole.
Okay.
Live scope.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, you agreed with me, and Alex, you agreed with Ryan because I asked him this question once before.
Hey, it's okay. Alex compensating for something, so we can.
No, I fish shallow enough where I don't want to use. I'd much rather have a power pole.
It's a shotgun round, Alex.
Next shotgun question: would you rather catch little 9-inch dink bass or giant, barely pull them in catfish? And you can only catch those for the rest of your life.
You're fucking with my emotions with this question.
Bass, 100%.
The 9-inch dink bass?
Yep. As much as I hate them, I want a big ass catfish.
Okay.
Because you don't know what it is until you get that thing to the boat.
No, she just told you. You know it's going to be a fucking catfish every time.
No. But you don't know it.
She just said. She just
You
said
know it
the
when
rest
you
of
get
your
it to the boat.
All right.
But you don't know it
Last
before.
one.
Thank God we got somebody keeping this podcast on track. And it's the one who has drank 2 cans of 11% alcoholic beverages of wine.
Listen here, Jabberhammer. Last question. Would you, we're cutting out 2 seasons. You can only choose one of these 2 seasons to fish. Would you fish summer or winter?
Winter. That doesn't count, Alex. You don't have your water's frozen.
No, it's not. No, we don't freeze over in South Jersey.
That's
I'd much rather.
Michigan.
Yeah, that's way more north. All right. Well,
All right,
Alex,
that's it for my shotguns.
Hey, Alex, real quick, look at him. He is so fucking antsy right now. I can't even stand it. Alex,
I'm not that antsy.
Tori and Cupcake Coley would be phenomenal together.
Amazing. We're gonna do. We
So
gotta
next
figure
time
out how to
Alex
get-
isn't available, we could just be the co-host.
Well, I
matter of fact,
we need to
next time-
figure out. I think we need to figure out ladies on the lake, and it's just you, Tori, and Cupcake Coley interviewing people, and we add that to the Bass and Brews
I
podcast.
felt like she was
network.
nicer than me, though.
I know. That's why it's the perfect combination.
But I think that we need to interview a male. That way we can really intimidate him.
Yes, that's all I want. Is you
We
guys
gotta
just
get Vinny to
dominate.
come on, and we can intimidate him.
Done. Let me write that down. That'll be done. But speaking of done, this podcast is almost done.
No,
And
we have
are we
a
ready?
shotgun around with 2 people. We have
And we're
at
gonna do
least
Ryan
another
first.
40 minutes.
We're gonna do Ryan first because she knows the round, so she kind of has
she-
an idea on it.
Tori, did you write down your questions and memory?
Oh, I know them. They're in the vault.
Yeah. All
Ryan,
right, Ryan.
Ryan's like, I didn't do my damn homework. Shit.
I asked him earlier, have you thought about your questions?
I was like, how the fuck is that?
All right, you ready, Ryan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Texas or wacky?
Wacky all day.
Great. Tori.
Texas. I like a
All
wait.
right. Slow jam or hype music, Ryan?
Hype music.
Slow.
Tori?
I like depressing country music that makes you want to die, like Zach Bryan or some like cool West makes you so depressed that you're ready to just fall over into the lake.
So you're a George Strait fan.
No, George Strait's too happy.
Oh my goodness.
So who are you listening to? Hank Williams Sr.?
No, Zach Bryan.
Oh, she's going
It's
Zach
Zach
Bryan.
Brian or
All right.
Brown?
Brian.
Who the fuck is that?
If you don't know, then you're clearly not that cool.
All right. You ready? Pineapple on pizza. Yes or no?
Say what?
Pineapple and pizza.
No.
I say, why not? Put it on like a barbecue chicken pizza with the barbecue sauce and some cheddar cheese, and it's going to be good. Add some cilantro, though.
Hold the fuck on. There's 2 things. First of all, cheddar cheese on pizza. I'm country. Cheddar
Correct.
cheese
That
on
don't
pizza should be
fucking fly.
illegal. Second of all, what kind of cilantro did we just put on there?
Cilantro.
So, wait. Hold on. Say that again.
Cilantro.
That's not
She
what
said
you fucking
cilantro the first
said.
time.
She said cilantro.
She said cilantro.
Probably.
And look, there's a difference. For all you who don't know, when you talk country, the
We're gonna call
AR,
you out.
the letters AR are all. Cilantro. Not cilantro.
Cilantro.
No, just so you know, Tori. that
Listen,
is gonna
I teach
be-
phonics.
Well, you fucked up on this phonetics because you didn't get this one straight.
First
I'm
of
just
all,
saying, if you had the barbecue chicken pizza and you put a little pineapple on there,
okay,
it's going to be good.
And what else?
I can live
And
with
some
that.
cilantro.
I can live with that.
Cilantro.
Hold
you
on.
said cilantro.
Cilantro.
Well, it depends on if you're doing the nasal A or the regular A.
Hold up, y'all are missing the point. This woman on a national podcast just said put fucking cheddar cheese on.
I don't like that at all.
It's cheddar
that's
and
going-
mozzarella.
No, but you eat
No.
look. If you've ever
No.
eaten a cheddar cheese pizza, you'd be better off eating the cardboard that you grilled that cheddar cheese. I mean, cheddar cheese on a pizza.
Paul, make the drive. I'll make you a pizza. It's good.
There
It
you
better
go.
have largemouth bass on it.
All right. Well, speaking of that, right? Do you are you eating largemouth bass? Yes or no?
No.
What the fuck's wrong with you? You're from
Tori?
Charlotte.
No.
No.
We're all right. We grew up in Charlotte. It's a city. We're not pole dunks.
Did you just say? Hold on. Did you just say pole dunks?
I can never pronounce it.
Look. This ain't no strip club. This ain't Jazzy Jeff's pole dunks and friends. It is po dunks.
All right. Well, we're not pole dunk. We're not eating that bass. We're gonna throw it back.
Good for you. I appreciate you doing
Sorry,
that.
Paul.
All right.
I do like what you said about keeping it if Christine Fisher's at your ramp.
This is the worst. This is the worst fucking shotgun. We got cilantro. We got cheddar cheese on pizza.
No, she didn't say cilantro. She said cilantro.
No,
You threw an extra fancy in there.
Oh my God! She just told me we were pole dunks. I mean,
all right, Ryan, are you wearing Crocs or flops?
Crocs all day, but I've been. I'm a Croc man, but I've been taking my Crocs off and just throwing them in the back of the car.
Well, yeah, 100%, yes.
Yeah.
All right, everybody drink.
You know what the new shotgun round question is going to be? When you drink a beer, do you drink with one hand or two hands? I'm going to tell you right now.
It's a can of wine. It's rosé.
Nope. Guess what? Tori, you made it. You are going to be a shotgun round question on when you drink beer, do you use one or two hands?
No, when you drink anything, do you use one hand or two?
Yep. Do you spend more on a rod or a reel?
Wait a minute. You didn't ask me the question about the shoes.
Okay.
You better go back.
Hey,
yes,
y'all elaborate on her answer because I know it ain't going to be straightforward. I got to tinkle.
All right, so
what do you got?
I'm gonna spend
Hold on.
It's my question still.
Shit.
It's her question still. She's on Crocs or flops?
Crocs, but only in the late fall and early spring.
Okay.
Other than that,
Why?
it's Chacos for the summer and Sperry duck boots for the fall or the winter.
Are you so I like Crocs, right? But I do like the Vans Crocs, something that has a back support. That's my jam. No? No, you
It's
just
gotta be
roll
camel with the American flag.
straight out of Walmart. I got you. All right. Spend more on a rod or a reel?
Rod.
Rod.
Really?
I'm a casual.
I've never. Yeah, I remember that. But you also fish a lot of spinning rods, right?
Yeah, so like maybe whenever I buy a nice expensive reel, I'll change that answer.
Gotcha.
But so far, my most expensive reel has been $70.
All right, both of you. This one, oh my God, he comes. Anyway.
We don't know.
I
You're
want
on
to
the
back up.
water.
I want to back up.
Ah,
Never mind. Go ahead.
thank you. All right, so you're on the water for 3 hours. Would you rather catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7-pounder?
1 7-pounder.
My man.
If you would have
Sorry.
asked me on the last day of June before this monthly started, I would have said 5.2. But now I'm 1.7 because that person
That's it.
who was alive on the last day of June is dead.
All right.
But it sounds like your Santee fish was at least a 7-pounder.
It was
22 and a half and
giant.
thick
It was the most
at
beautiful
least.
baby you've ever seen in your life.
And you have 2 actual real babies at home.
You know, you just can't rank these things properly.
She said she told me that she wanted to put this bass on a leash and just
Yeah, just walk them around.
Oh,
I would have lived on Santee.
oh shit.
Well, speaking of being on a leash, Ryan, have you ever eaten beaver?
No.
Sorry,
No
Tori.
beaver.
I have a husband, so no beaver.
So what you're saying is he don't know how to catch beaver.
I guess you could take it that way.
Look, I'll tell you what.
I like how she gets the joke, but Ryan looks so confused at this point.
Actually, I'm pretty confused.
All right, Ryan. So this question came about because I'm country, and I grew up in MacD, and so we had beavers that would stop up the spillways and shit on the little ponds we fished. So we would trap them. Well, we didn't waste shit, so we would eat beaver, and it's delicious. You do it. You cook it like you would pork. You slow cook it. I mean, it's good. It's really dark. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I started asking this question to people that I thought were country. And when I would ask this question, people would go to Dirty Mind right away. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, this is a real ass damn question because we have had some people who have eaten it. But y'all being from the Charlotte area, there's a lot of beaver around there.
Yeah, no beaver. Well, no beaver like you're talking about.
I think the best is when we asked this with Mikey Balls. He went, no. Oh, wait. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
But no, I really mean the real beaver. That's just delicious, man. It is really good. But anglers are in the water, so they see all these animals. You know, I mean, it's good. It's good eating. That's all I gotta say. If you have a chance, you have a good country person that traps beaver in the winter, knows how to cook it. Good eating.
All right. I don't know if Ryan knows these folks or not, but Tori might know. Which Hookset Hoodlums founder will catch the biggest bass?
Oh, I don't know because they're not interesting enough.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
What do you mean?
Alex.
Oh, I'm saving that one.
Alex. That is you. That whole look. When you post it on the internet, you have to put it in the Hookset Hoodlum chat, right after. Oh my fucking god!
Not only does that get we're getting another shot involved on
that. Look, after that one, I gotta open up another White Claw.
Yo, that was amazing. So your options
even though Bill has won 4 local tournaments,
three
in a row.
Well, he's
3 in a row.
Yeah,
I thought it was 4, but that's why Alex was saying way earlier in this episode why he wanted to start to tournament fish is because Wild Bill was tearing ass up there.
I thought it was my old Bill.
My girl, there it is. She's got it. Man,
Mild Bill, Bald Bill, Four-Eyed Bill. Obviously, or at this point in time, not really interesting Bill.
How do we fuck me?
We usually don't ask that question unless somebody is connected with Hookset. But I'm so glad he asked that fucking question.
Oh my god!
I just said asked it. I'm so glad he asked that question tonight because that might be the best fucking answer ever.
Well, speaking of internet celebrities, we got one more before the most important question. Ryan, this one goes to you. You're a YouTube celebrity, as Tori said, right? She rolls out the red carpet when you roll home. Alex, so Alex Rudd likes to run this segment on the show, right? He runs the overrated or underrated. So I'd like to know, is Alex Rudd himself overrated or underrated? And again, I want your honest answer.
He's a hell of a guy. I mean, he's just an awesome guy. Underrated.
You're going to give him under. All right. Feel like that was a safe answer.
I enjoy his
overrated.
He's awesome.
Yeah, but I think Ryan looks up to what Alex does on the YouTube, and that's why he's gonna look. I think Alex is underrated. Now, a year from now, I think he's going to be equally rated.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be, knowing Alex, I don't think he'll ever be overrated in my opinion. But right now,
all right, but this wasn't your question, Mr. Jabberhammer.
She's got to come on an all-girls episode with Coley. They put you in check.
And Coley's
Rudd, overrated.
And Coley has got to have the dildo lamp in the background.
Yeah. What do you got? Over or under? Tori, what do you got? Over or under?
I'm gonna say underrated. I didn't know who he was until I listened. All right, so I was listening to some of y'all's little podcasts, and then somebody talked about how y'all got
It's just 3 hours
fanboy
long.
status on Alex Rudd, and I'm like, who the heck is Alex Rudd?
Good
I
for
didn't
you.
know. So I
Yeah.
went back and I listened, and I'm like, what a stand-up guy. Like,
Yeah.
what a stand-up guy. I've listened to that episode twice also.
Yeah.
I would say it was the best Bass and Brews episode on record.
My favorite
I loved it
is
whenever
when
he
we
talked
got
about
him.
what he stands for and what he believes and how he loves bass fishing. And he follows me on Instagram and he likes all my posts. And whenever I ask a question, he answers it. What a guy. And he was a teacher. And it's like, I almost feel like y'all are a bit of a teacher podcast because I don't know if I'm more than the third, but I'm at least the third teacher y'all have had.
They've had
Mark Glendy. He was a teacher. Alex Rudd, Tori Brenneman.
Yeah, that's
Is this
it. I
a
think
teacher's podcast?
It might be. I will say one. Alex Rudd is a great guy, and that episode was great because we got him to say "fuck." He does not do that
He
often.
said that he effing loves that stuff.
Let me clear this up. He said, I fucking love this shit. Like, he was so on point.
And I agree with him.
But I will say, honestly, in my opinion, nobody ever asked me this question, so I answer it. I think Alex Rudd is overrated. I think he stole our bit with the overrated, underrated. That's basically the shotgun round. So here's what I personally think. That Alex Rudd has bitten off the Bass and Brews because we are so on point with the people that all Alex Rudd does is just bite off Bass and Brews. He just wants to be us.
So Alex is saying
I wouldn't have known who he was if it wasn't for you guys.
So our Alex, Swamp Rat Fishing, is saying this shit in jest. Because Alex Rudd has been and is to this day like 150,000 times more famous than we will ever be.
100%. And he's a good friend of the show. I've texted that guy after that episode, which is fucking weird. And it was really funny. On that episode, Paul was like, don't fanboy out. I think that's the quietest I've ever been on an episode. One, I had bad internet, but also I literally, when I first started bass fishing, which was 4 years ago, he was one of the first videos that showed up, and I've been watching him since then. And then to have him on my show was fucking incredible. But on the clip that I just marked down, is going to be me shitting all over him and that he's stealing from us. So
no, he is awesome. Even right before the episode, I messaged him about replying to his little gilly thing on the Instagram, and he messages me how he's throwing it and what he's doing.
My man
not
is
just one message,
he's a good
I got
dude.
2 or 3 messages out of him.
Yep. He's
he is
solid
a
dude.
Stand-up guy.
He does. He answers a lot. You see, if you follow him on social media and you do that, he answers.
He doesn't follow my husband.
A lot of people. Well, I mean,
And I get really excited. I'm like, Alex, my post.
All right, Ryan. So she knows what's going to happen next, right? This is the patent pending number 1 question on Bass and Brews, right? This is what made us become the number 1 podcast, not only in Antarctica, but also the Panama Canal. Not the country itself, but the canal. This is what's going to
The Panama Canal is a country?
No, the canal is where you travel. It's that one little stretch of
not only
water.
The canal, but I preference. You just weren't listening, Paul.
You said Panama Canal was a country. Panama ain't even.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
I did
not. We're going to replay that.
But I'm not good at geography.
But this is it, bro. We have
kindergarten. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Hey,
right,
real
man.
quick.
So,
hold on. Real quick. Going back to the teacher thing. Real quick. So, I grew up in a family of teachers.
I know.
Grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles. My mama and my aunt taught me from 7 through 12 in school. All this shit. I was the first smart one out the whole damn family that said, I ain't teaching. Because that shit, look, I would rather go dig ditches in the middle of a Carolina summer than teach. That shit's hard. And the last 5-10 years, it's even way damn harder.
But I got the whole summer where I don't have to work and I got to go fishing all month.
Yeah, but you are babysitting other people's kids. And
I wasn't babysitting them because babysitters get paid better.
And if you were teaching high school, you were babysitting grown ass kids.
I was teaching kindergarten.
Look, I'm just saying, teaching is one of the most thankless jobs in the damn America. And it's getting
so send
worse.
your kids a gift card for their teacher.
Look,
well, speaking of thankless jobs,
I got one more thing. Look, one more thing. I got one more thing on this shit. When the teachers had to pay out of pocket for school supplies and then beg parents to send school supplies, that's a fucking problem. They can build a multi-million-dollar school facility
Make
to
it a
put
TikTok.
teachers and kids in and not provide them with the fucking resources to use the facility. You know what? Don't build the fucking... You don't need... Oh, my God. Look, this is Bass and Brews. We talk about shitty cooking.
Stop.
This ain't a fishing podcast, but this teaching shit is gotten out of hand, as Hank Williams Jr. said.
Yeah.
All right. We'll cover that here in the green room. But...
No, we just covered it now. I can elaborate.
Sinking an episode, like Paul just did. Let's sink your career, Ryan. So we're gonna ask you the most important question on Bass and Brews. This is patent pending. I actually got this patented in 4 countries. I won't tell you who they are because that's inappropriate. But what are your? Every fisherman loves a good sandwich on the water, right? So what are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Hey, he's breaking up. So let me ask the question because he's breaking up. The most important question of this whole podcast is, Ryan, what are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
I mean, turkey, steak, I don't know.
Turkey steak. What, you got to choose one more, or they're gonna kill you.
3. Yes.
PB&J.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. That's fine. You made it.
Hey,
you made it.
Oh, I swear to God, he says. I thought he was about to say spinach.
I thought he fucking was gonna say spinach.
I mean,
Tori.
I don't like. I hate ham. I hate sliced ham. I just fucking hate it.
No pork in
It's
this
okay.
house.
I like turkey. I like
right.
roast beef. I like, and I would choose a PB&J over a ham.
He does
sandwich.
like the peanut butter a lot.
That's it.
Y'all don't eat barbecue?
Yeah.
He eats pork. I do not. And then I shame everybody that eats pork in this house.
I'm sending y'all some of my homemade pork with barbecue sauce.
We will send it back.
I will eat it.
I'll eat it. And your kids.
Yeah, they'll eat it too.
And I will look at them with disgust.
Total side note. What's the name of the child that hates Bass and Brews?
Eric. Eric. See, Cam
Eric?
doesn't know about Bass and Brews. And actually,
Eric.
Cam is in your home state right now. He's spending 2 weeks in Jersey with his girlfriend. I don't know why.
Eric, I know you hate this show. If you made it all the way through, fuck you.
I don't think Cam knows y'all exist. Cam's the one that's going to be the Marine. He chose
Tori,
not to join the Coast Guard.
Tori, he made a bad decision, but also I do want to hear. I know you're. I think you're our first super fan, but what's your top 3?
Paul did say I was the biggest TikTok fan. I was going to make a crown,
so.
but then the show came too fast.
What's your top 3 sandwich protein?
Hey, what do you expect from 2 guys? Always coming too fast. Oh,
Maybe I shouldn't be, bro.
Said, oh, shit. Ryan, you
my
can use
top
any output
three
from this to put in your YouTube channel.
Sandwich proteins are going to be turkey, roast beef. I've given this one a lot of thought.
I'm sure you have.
Y'all better watch out.
Mozzarella.
No.
Did you name a cheese?
A tomato mozzarella sandwich with some balsamic glaze is amazing. With a little pesto.
You are a fan of the show, and you know how much we drill into Delirious for trying to claim cheese, and then you tried to do it.
Have you had a tomato mozzarella sandwich?
I have, but that's not a fucking protein, girl.
Protein is in cheese.
Get the fuck out of here. You know that's not what we're talking about.
You sound like my 8-year-old son. Can I have a snack, Daddy? Yes, it has to be protein. Can I have cheese? No.
There is protein in mozzarella.
Nope. Guess what? You're getting on TikTok for your bullshit cheese answer.
Ryan, you never have to worry about her beating you in any
because
fishing
you won
competition.
Bass and Brews.
You
won Bass and Brews.
They're really good.
I'm country. I had a tomato sandwich today for dinner.
Did you have mozzarella on it?
No, but I would never say that my favorite protein is anything to do with cheese or the tomato.
I chose turkey and roast beef first. What else do you want?
But that's fine. Those answers don't count anymore because you.
What was I supposed to choose after that? Y'all let Mikey say that mushrooms had protein in it. Mushrooms does not have protein.
More than cheese.
He didn't name that though. He didn't
no,
name
but
that
Paul said mushrooms have protein.
He didn't name
they
that.
Do.
They don't.
All right.
They are a substitute for
protein. They don't.
All right.
I've
We're
checked
at the end of this.
Facts of mushrooms.
We're at the end of this. I absolutely fucking love having you guys on this show. We are going to make sure we find a spot for both of you later on. But the weirdest part about when you get on the show is that you look at